And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to the football field. There we go. Adam Gore, Jeremy Kennedy getting a little wild start here for second week. As we've got the backyard brawl between Booneville and Baldwyn. And Jeremy, a big ball game tonight between these two rivals. Had a big ball game last night between Bruce and Baldwyn that everyone just saw here on W07BN Sports. And we've got a 3rd down and 6 situation here with the Bearcats. They won the toss, went big on the first play, came up empty, and now having to convert here on 3rd down. Yeah, 3rd downs are going to be a big part of this ball game, as are turnovers and penalties. But for Baldwyn, this is a club that they like to spread the football out. You're going to see quarterback Tanner Gaines going to try and spread it around and move it around and find a bunch of different people. There's a pass up. It's complete out past the 35-yard line, down to around the 37, and that'll be a 1st down. And tell you what, a lot of people don't realize this about Gaines, but he had an outstanding season last year as he came in and passed for over 1,000 yards, but really wasn't the starting quarterback at the beginning of the season. Look right there. One thing you're going to see, from Baldwyn, Adam, is this coaching staff. Coach Gray, he's going to move Gaines outside the pocket because. This is a kid, a strong arm. Booneville's going to send a lot of people. They're great up front. So the way to combat that is move the pocket, get Gaines outside, and let him do what he did that time. Make some plays on the outside. See the pitch to the outside, gets around the corner. Got one man to beat out around the 30-yard line, as that was Estes on the carry. I tell you what, Jeremy, a good run there, and a lot of people sort of riding off Baldwyn to the get-go on this one. I tell you what, they're coming out swinging. Yeah, they've done a great job so far. You see a little pitch around the end of Estes, and if you're Baldwyn, that's what you got to do. You're coming in a little undersized. Booneville's got a great defensive front. You want to hit him in the mouth early, kind of put him back on there. Here's a little bit. I like the play calling so far from Coach Gray and company. Coach Gray in his first year as head coach here for the Bearcats. 1st down and 10, rolling out once again, looking downfield. Got a man, but short-armed him that time as he had his defender beat, but the pass comes up short, and it'll be a 2nd down and long situation here. You look at them, they're not shy to go for it on 1st down and go for some pretty big plays. That time a pass out for about 17 just comes out short. No, that's what you have to do. You have to be able to throw the football on 1st down if you're going to continue to move the football. You can't be predictable and one-dimensional and just run the football on 1st down. So I like what the offensive coaches have put together. Moving Gaines again. You see him coming outside that pocket. He just unfortunately didn't execute the throw. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 10 situation. And that time in the backfield making the stop was number 30, as that was Hill on the carry. Lorenzo Hill, tackle made there by number 30. As that was Cook on the tackle for the Blue Devils. Now it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11 situation here. We saw it last time. 3rd down and long situation for the Bearcats. They were able to convert, so now a big play here for the Blue Devil defense. Try to hold and get the ball back, maybe force them into a punt, but you got to think this deep in their own territory, they're going to roll the dice on 4th, so you don't really have to get all the yardage here, just make it a manageable 4th down situation. Yeah, that's an interesting point. We'll see what the coaching staff elects to do here. You could try to just pick up about 5 or 6 and make it 4th and manageable, but this is where Baldwyn really has to avoid those 3rd and longs, because you see the Booneville pressure coming, and they get right in Gaines' face. They're able to knock it down, and that's what Baldwyn has to avoid is 3rd and long, because Coach Drury and company are going to pin their ears and come right after the quarterback. Absolutely, and they had tried to set up the screen pass that time, and it looked like he may have bounced it off one of the heads of his own players that time to break up the pass, but the middle was wide open and would have been for a pretty big gain, possibly enough for the 1st down. So it is going to bring up a 4th down, and we'll call it 12 situation here. And some mass substitution going in, so you got to think they may be coming in trying to maybe a pooch punt and pin them deep here. Well, it would be a 48-yard field goal from here, and I don't know that Baldwyn has anybody on their team that has that kind of leg. So Gaines is kind of back, as you said, in that punt formation. Booneville's going to play it safe, just play kind of a base defense, and Baldwyn's trying to pin the Blue Devils back deep. Kick is going to bounce and roll into the end zone. Didn't really get enough air underneath it that time. So a good opening drive started by the Bearcats, but shut down nicely by the Blue Devils, as they'll get the ball now 1st and 10 from the 20. And if you're the Booneville Blue Devils, this is where you get the ball to Bo Brown. He's been a guy that has done a lot for you the last 4 years. He's a great runner. He's got good size, good speed, but he's a tough physical runner. contrasting styles from both of these clubs. Booneville's going to be more so pounding up the middle, old style, lining up to run the football, whereas you saw Baldwyn was a little bit more, spread offense. But you're going to see Coach Drink Company of Booneville is going to come out with a spread offense. Quarterback Jaron Jones, he's a very dual threat quarterback, very talented. Well, as soon as you say it, he gets the ball, he rumbles forward close to a first down. It appears to be a gain of 10. Maybe seeing the sticks come out on this one, and that's one key to their success. Everybody's focusing around the running ability of Bo Brown, but Jaron Jones is a multi-sport athlete that can really carry the ball, and that time does pick up the first down and gain up 10.5. Yeah, anytime you're able to have a dual threat quarterback, it just adds so much to your offense. And if you're Baldwyn, you're really in a pickle because Jones can throw it. He's got a really strong arm. They like to move him out of the pocket as well. He's not just a guy that will remain in the pocket all the time. So it's a very tough offense to stop. Booneville has a lot of weapons. Well, this time the give is, I believe that's Brown on the carry, 14. Having to get adjusted to the new names and basically get ourselves adjusted this season, as there was a gain of 4. A good run that time, and Jeremy, the key thing you saw, when he tackled, he fell forward. It picked up an extra yard and a half, too, after the contact. Yeah, and again, it goes back to him being so strong and always keeping his legs moving. And you mentioned him falling forward. He's a guy that's not going to fall backwards very much. Even if it's only a gain of 1 or 2, continues to fall forward, continues to get positive yardage for this ball club. 2 running plays that are already out, up to the 34-yard line. So they're away from the back end of their end zone. So, again, they got a lot of weapons. Also, from a receiver standpoint, you got guys like Drew Christo and Trey Welch. So this is a team that can move the football through the air as well. Jones in the open field, and it's hit hard, but picks up the first down and continues to move the chains. And I tell you what, they're selling out on Brown, as Brown took a lick that time in the backfield, but Jones, good read, kept the ball, and really got upfield in a hurry. Yeah, another gain of 10 on the play. 2 carries for 20 yards for Jaron Jones. Again, you see right away his ability to add a dual threat dimension to this offense. And you mentioned keying on Brown. That's certainly going to be the game plan the rest of the season for all of these Booneville opponents. You have to stop Bo Brown. But unfortunately, for Baldwyn and all the other teams that are going to match up with Booneville, the Blue Devils have a lot of options, including quarterback Jaron Jones. This time the give is to Brown. Once again, they stack him up, hit him in the backfield, but once again, the power of Brown that we was just talking about coming through as he's able to drag a defender for a 1-yard gain, break up a second down, and we'll call it a short 9 to go. Yeah, good job there by 52 Cody Wolf. And kind of plugging that hole right there. And so you mentioned Bo Brown only getting a couple of yards there. Good job by that Baldwyn defense. And that's what they've got to do, Adam. They've got to be able to get some penetration with their front 4 because Booneville is really trying to spread them out. They've gone with 4 wide receivers on every play this drive. And so what that does is it spreads everybody out. You're able to run right up the middle. Just you're taking your offensive lineman against that front 4. You got an extra blocker against the defender. And Jones once again on the keeper, and Jones is picking up positive yardage and leaps and bounds here. As that time read the defense well. I tell you what, that's one thing that really goes well for a quarterback in his position. Sort of learned as he went last year to how to read the defense, and it's already showing early here that he's really been studying the offense this season. Yeah, and again, you see right there, fakes to give Brown is able to get right up the middle. Booneville's doing a great job there to hold interior linemen, opening up holes up the middle, giving Jones a nice running lane. An official time on the field. We're going to take it with them. Hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more. 5:17 to play, no score here from Booneville.
The Baldwyn Hardware and Supply Company, Rex and Diana Coggins, invite you to come by and see their complete lines of hardware and building materials. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff will be pleased to help the contractor and the homeowner with their up-and-coming large inventory of in-stock hardware and building materials, and even those hard-to-find or special order items. They also have a great selection of doors, paint, windows, insulation, hand tools, and mobile home doors. And they also deliver. Baldwyn Hardware and Supply Company, Highway 145 North in Baldwyn.
All the intimate look and feel of a bed and breakfast with the amenities and luxury of a 5-star hotel. That's what you'll find at the Cart Barn Inn in Bruce. Great for weekends away, church retreats, family gatherings, or just a great place to stay when you're away from home. A large back porch, peaceful, quiet country setting, and conveniently located on the golf course. When you need a place to stay, our doors are always open at the Cart Barn Inn, next to the golf course in Bruce, or visit us on the web at www.cartbarninn.com.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. We do want to remind you to go by and thank those sponsors, as you'll see throughout the night. And if you would like to be a part of the TV7 sponsor team, you give us a call at 983-2801 as you see a pass out and a good route. I believe that was Christo that time, Jeremy, as he knew how far he had to get for the first down there, got there, turned around, and had the football right on top of him. We talked about on the way up here, he's a possession receiver that you go to in tough situations.
Yeah, 3rd and 6, and again, you see Booneville spreading out the defense. And Jones, not a great throw, kind of underthrew it a little bit, but you mentioned Christo. We talked about him at the top of the telecast. He's a guy that can stretch the field as well as really run those intermediate routes, the curl, the hook right there. He just ran 6 yards, turned around, and caught the football, and it's a first down from Booneville.
First down and 10 to go, 5:30 to go here in the first quarter. Jones on the keeper, follows a blocker. Upfield, breaks off one tackle, bounces off another, spins, fighting forward, and finally wrestled out of bounds, but another big pickup by Jones. A lot of that was by the pulling guards that opened up that hole, but a lot of it afterwards also was all Jaron Jones.
How about Jaron Jones? 4 carries, 45 yards so far in this ball game. A 20-yard run right there. And you mentioned, but again, it starts up front. Those interior linemen, Adam, the guards and center really opening up gaping holes right up the middle. Once Jones is able to break the line of scrimmage, then it's all him. You see the movement and the quickness he possesses once he gets beyond the line of scrimmage and gets to that second level. And then you see his speed and athleticism. Right now, Baldwyn has no answer for Jones. It's because they're getting whipped up front. Kudos to that Booneville offensive line.
No score between New Hope and Tupelo in the first quarter. As you see Bo Brown with the carry and hard-fought yards that time by Brown, fighting forward, and a solid pickup once again. And it appears that right now the Bearcats are saying, all right, well, Bo Brown won't beat us. But I tell you what, Jaron Jones is getting the job done in place of him.
Yeah, he's doing a tremendous job, and that's one of the only bad things about King on a specific guy. Booneville's got a bunch of different weapons. We talked about Jaron Jones. We talked about Bo Brown, but Drew Christo's already made his name. He's already made his name present in tonight's ball game. Caught a pass. Trey Welch is a solid receiver as well. So Booneville's got some guys that they can get the football to. Teams are going to focus on Bo Brown, and that's just where Jones can really take advantage of that.
There's a pass to the end zone. Got a man and batted down. Nice play right there. As the defender closed nicely. It looked like he had him beat for a second. Not a bad idea by Booneville to go big on that play. Another score update real quick. Charleston 6, Oxford nothing early in the first quarter.
Yeah, good job there by Eric Watson, the cover corner. Jones had his intended receiver. That was number 22, Robert Burris, open on the corner route. Unfortunately, underthrew it, and Watson made a great play on the ball and really could have come up with the interception that would have killed the Booneville drive. Nonetheless, force a 3rd and long. This is the second 3rd down conversion for Booneville. They're 1 for 1 on the night.
So a 3rd down, as Jeremy said, long situation here. Play action fake, Jones on the keeper, and this time wrapped up nicely. Good open field tackle by number 32, coming off the corner, knocking his wheels out from under him, and now setting up a 4th and mid-range situation here for the Blue Devils. We talked about thinking that Baldwyn may go for it early, but unless they've got a solid kicker, Jeremy, there's no doubt you go for it here if you're the Blue Devils.
Yeah, a good job there by Jordan Cobb, the senior defensive end who collapsed on the play and held Jones. And so we'll bring up 4th down. I think we've got a timeout, so maybe Coach Street wants to think about it. It would be a 37-yarder from here if they attempted the field goal, and you're looking at Derek Gann, number 15, one of the seniors on this Booneville Blue Devil club that would kick it. If Coach Shuri decides it would be 4th and about 6, they need the 14-yard line to keep this drive alive. A good drive so far by Booneville, but give credit to this Baldwyn defense. They had been gashed by 4 Jaron Jones runs and gave up the 6-yard pass completion and 3rd down conversion to Drew Christo, but they've tightened their belts here, Adam, here in the red zone, and have forced Booneville to make a very tough decision.
Absolutely. You take a look at head coach Jim Drury on the sidelines. We talked about it, Jeremy. Been on the sidelines for 50 years. I think that's more years than you and I combine our ages.
If not, it's pretty close. I think you're about, what, 35, 36?
Yeah. I'm pushing the 40 mark myself.
You're exactly right. So it will be interesting to see what he comes up with. And I don't see Gann on the field, so we may see Coach Shuri kind of roll the dice here a little bit and try for the 4th down conversion.
So it's going to be a 4th down on the big board, saying 6 to go here for the Blue Devils. A big play here for both teams. Baldwyn like to get out of this drive with no points done here. They're going to step back and pass. They're going to go out to the flats, and it's picked off. picked off at the 25, and there's a lot of green grass to go here. Got a blocker, gets it down to the 40, to the 30, and you can put 6 points on the board here for number 22 for the Bearcats, and Jeremy Mai. Oh my, how Lady Mo just shifts in a hurry.
Devin Lindsay, the quarterback, stepped right in front of the pass. Jones stared down his receiver the whole way once he got the snap in the shotgun, and what a response from this Baldwyn defense, who had gotten gashed all drive long. Booneville moved it with relative ease all the way down the field, got in the red zone and couldn't score, and Baldwyn with a major score offensively. Give credit to Lindsay, just right place at the right time, steps in front of their intended receiver, and then it was all green grass the rest of the way. What a difference. The last few plays, it looked like Booneville was going to move it quickly and easily into the end zone, but Lindsay and that defense really stiffen up.
And it appears the kick was blocked, so the Blue Devils answer with a big play of their own there, but a 75-yard interception return for a touchdown by Baldwyn puts them up 6-0 here at the 3:30 mark of the first quarter. We're going to take you to a break and be back with more Booneville Baldwyn football right after this.
Our hometown, where we live, where we love, where the simple life is good enough, where we dream, where we hope, where we stand together and share the load. Oh, our hometown is blessed. Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
I'm Jimmy Calvary with Prentice County Farm Bureau, and we're located at 402 East Church Street in Booneville, Mississippi, and I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to serve you here in Prentice County. We write homes and automobiles, life, health, long-term care, annuities, and come by and see us. We'd love to do business with you. Thank you.
And welcome back to action as Jeremy, we said a 75-yard interception return by Baldwyn has got the Bearcats on the board and rolling here. And now I believe it's Clint Wolf to kick off. And it's a shallow kick taken just shy of the 20-yard line. And he's breaking to the outside. He's got a hole. Slips off one, gets another tackle. Now he's cutting across the field. We could have an answer here in a big way. One man to beat's got an angle on him. He's going to chase him down and grab him by the face mask. Slips off the tackle and into the end zone. As that is Brendan Pannell with the touchdown. And my, oh my, what an answer, Jeremy. As we do have a flag down, but this is not going to have anything to do with it as Pannell was face masked. So we talked about the 75-yard interception return. How about a 82-yard kickoff return to answer that?
Well, we talk about in these rivalry games, you have to expect the unexpected. The drive, Booneville goes all the way down the field, looks like they're going to score easily. All of a sudden, you have a 80-yard touchdown return for a touchdown by Baldwyn. Kills all of the little, seemingly for Booneville. Ensuing kickoff, Pannell takes the kickoff, goes all the way back for a touchdown. You have to always expect the unexpected in these types of games. And you're looking at a chance for Booneville to take the lead if they can connect with the PAT here.
White set to kick it. As Jones set to hold, we do apologize for the obstruction during the play and adjusting to the cameras, as we don't have the, we have kind of some bars in the way on all these situations. Jones set to hold. As we're awaiting the swinging gate. Tyler White to kick, and chance to give the Blue Devils the lead here. Jeremy, man, this is going to be a fun one. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Booneville 7, Baldwyn 6, 3:09 to play. We'll take you to a break and be back with more right after this.
The all-new 2009 Dodge Crew Cab Ram 5.7 Hemi engine. This has the all-new Ram box, the storage compartment here, big enough to put anything you want in here, one on for each side on each fender. Also the cargo management system here in the bed. You can tie down and extend the capacity of it. 2009 Jeep Commander, a 4-door SUV from Jeep. Has third-row seating, seats 7 people. You can lay it down if you wanted to, for cargo room. or keep it up for seating to accommodate your passengers. And I want to invite everybody to come to Griffin Motor Company. We have great deals on all new and used vehicles, and Griffin Motors wants to be the place you buy your next car or truck.
And number 6.
And welcome back to action. Exciting ball game here early, 7-6. Booneville with the lead at 3:09 mark of the first quarter. Big plays, the answers here so far in the first quarter.
No question about it. You get the long interception return by Devin Lindsay, the senior linebacker for Baldwyn. Negates a beautiful drive by Booneville, then the ensuing kickoff. Booneville comes right back and returns it for a touchdown. So all of a sudden, bang, bang, we had 2 quick scores.
Baldwyn with the kick now, looking to go somewhere, nothing doing, as that was a big lick put on that time by number 30. We've called his name a couple of times already tonight, Jeremy, and that was a big stop there.
Alex Cook, he's done a good job so far, and now all of a sudden Baldwyn's got to start at about the 19-yard line. So, you know, momentum shifting a little bit here. Booneville now picks it back up. Baldwyn had an interception return for a touchdown. So now if you're the Baldwyn offense, you need to come out, get a couple of first downs, flip the field position a little bit. You had some good things going offensively with your quarterback, Tanner Gaines, moving him out of the pocket. He's got a very strong arm, and I like what the coaches were doing, moving him out of the pocket and throwing those out routes. We'll see if they continue that on this drive.
Ripley leads 7-0 early against New Albany. As you see, a little bit of confusion. Looked like maybe one of the offensive linemen came out and tripped up the play there, as Gain is knocked back as a credit to tackle to Logan for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, not a good start right there on first down. You lose 5 yards, put yourself automatically in second down and long. It's a win for the defense, certainly. And we talked about it. Tanner Gaines is going to get a lot of pressure on the second and third down situations from this Booneville defense. You got to avoid those. We saw it on the 3rd and 11 on the opening drive of the ball game by Baldwyn. You saw a lot of pressure up the middle. Gaines and company have to avoid second and third and long.
Well, MRA enjoyed a 41-0 win last week. They're getting the screws put to them in this one against Jackson Prep, already down 29-0 in the first quarter. And I tell you what, whatever adjustments the defense made of Booneville, man, it's working.
Yeah, we talked about it in the opening of the telecast. This is a very solid front four for Booneville. They like to get after the quarterback, and they can do it without sending guys. Their front four can really do a good job of penetrating and put pressure on the quarterback. Gaines didn't have much of an opportunity on first down. He had even less time than that on second down. Now all of a sudden it's 3rd and a mile. Baldwyn needs the 29-yard line for a first down.
As Jeremy said, that's a lot of real estate to make up here. Ball is spotted on the 6-yard line. This time he's going to pass, got a man wide open, and thought about running before he had possession, so the Blue Devils get the stop.
And Patterson, Adam, if he had caught that football, had a lot of green grass in front of him. Booneville playing kind of that cover 2. They doubled the sidelines, left the seams wide open. Give credit to Gaines, who found the open receiver, shrieking down Reggie Patterson the seams. Patterson just dropped it, and all of a sudden, what could have been a huge first down conversion. Now Baldwyn's got a punt, and it's going to be Gaines from the back of his own end zone.
My, how the mighty have fallen. New Hope 7, Tupelo nothing in the first quarter. I know a lot of these are predated if we tape delay these, but we do like to send those out of those games digress. As the kick is up, and it is going to be fielded. Booneville will have great field position here as Gaines was in the end zone to kick this one away. And I tell you what, a big stand there defensively by the Blue Devils to swing field possession in their favor.
Yeah, 29-yard punt, which actually is a solid punt for Gaines. Unfortunately, Drew Christo was able to fair catch the football at the Baldwyn 35-yard line. So we'll see what Coach String and staff do on his second offensive possession. I would just guess you're going to see Jones carry the football a little bit more.
Yeah, I would agree. It's going to be a healthy dose of Jones here on this possession. But don't forget, as you mentioned, they do have dual threats here on the offensive side. Baldwyn would love to get another big defensive stand here and try to see if they can't get field position back or start battling and keep the ball out of the end zone here to keep this one early. Because I tell you what, emotions are high already. You see a high snap to give is to Brown. Brown up the middle, breaks off some tackles, and Brown fighting his way forward for a big gain there on first down.
Yeah, that was his longest run of the night so far. Bo Brown, 4 carries, 15 yards. Kind of a modest start for Bo Brown, but he's serving his purpose. He's getting the yardage that he needs. 3 or 4 here, 3 or 4 there. And again, it's right back up the middle. You've got to give a lot of credit to the interior linemen, the 2 guards and the center, those 3 guys up front are doing a great job of opening up the running lanes up the middle, and then it's up to Brown and Jones and guys. So once they get beyond, gets that second wave, so to speak, the linebackers and safeties, then you really have a good matchup if you're the Booneville Blue Devils.
A game you can see Monday night or Monday afternoon at 4. Nettleton leading North Pontotoc 8-6 in the early going of this one. As you see a stop there in the backfield, nice surge that time by the defensive front of Baldwyn to get in the backfield and knock them back for a loss of about 1.5 yards as Jones hit for the loss.
Yeah, great job there by that Baldwyn defensive front, especially 31 Earl Bogan, the senior nose guard, and it's Bogan and Kelly. He's got to be a big playmaker if Baldwyn's going to stay in this ball game defensively. They've got to be able to create a penetration on Jones and Brown and keep them from opening up those wide holes. We've yet to see a successful Booneville run to the outside. Everything's been up the middle, and so Bogan and company really have to do a good job of clogging everything up.
Into the first quarter, your score 7-6. Booneville leads an exciting first quarter of play. We're going to take you to a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more here on W07BN Sports, MetroCast Channel 98, right after this. Come by and see the newest hardware and building supply store in Booneville. Rex and Diana Coggins are the new owners of Booneville Hardware and Supply Company, formerly Build and Supply. See their complete lines of hardware and building materials. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff will be pleased to help the contractor and the homeowner with their up-and-coming large inventory of in-stock hardware and building materials, and even those hard to find or special order items. They have a great selection of treated and untreated lumbers, doors, paint, windows, insulation, hand tools, and mobile home doors. And they also deliver. Booneville Hardware and Supply Company, 403 East Church Street, Booneville.
Hi, my name's Micah. Come see us at our store. Thank you.
Here at Hunter's Holler, we're always striving to serve our customers better.
New Pro Series Easton Saw and Express for better service. Factory trained certified Matthews technicians for better service.
Newly remodeled clothing racks for better service.
A brand new laser engraver for better service.
At Hunter's Holler, we're a state-of-the-art to serve our customers.
And welcome back to action as we get set to start the second quarter of play. 7-6 is your score in favor of the homestanding Booneville Blue Devils. And Jeremy, a stat you just mentioned, Booneville 1 of 2 on third down conversions so far on the night.
Yeah, and this would be a big one here, 3rd and 5, kind of in that mid-range. Wouldn't surprise me either way to see run or pass with this offense. Remember, though, last third down, Jones threw a pick 6.
This time he pumps and he goes deep. Got a man and almost intercepted again. We do apologize for losing that play with the camera, as we said, not video camera friendly, as we do have a flag down holding on the offense here, and it'd be interesting to see if they take it or if they're going to back it up. If you take it here in this situation, back them up and make them replay the down, because fourth down, really, they're going to go for it either way.
Right, and you would much rather give Booneville 3rd and 15 and back them up a little bit more than give them 4th and 5 for sure. This would put them, you assume the penalty would be 10 yards. If it's from the line of scrimmage, you're talking about putting them right about the 42-yard line. That's where they would put them. So they gave the incompletion, and it's going to be the first penalty of the night on either side.
3rd and 15 for the Blue Devils.
3rd down, 15 to go. The Blue Devils want to take a timeout and talk this one over. We're going to take the timeout with them. We got to get these sponsors in, so we'll take you to a break and be back with more here on MetroCast Channel 98 right after this.
The experts in home health care, Mississippi Home Care, understands there's no place like home. A member of the LHC group, Mississippi Home Care, can help with any medical, social, and therapeutic treatments to help you recover from an illness or injury, or they can assist with daily activities. They have a qualified and caring staff that can provide care for a wide range of medical conditions. If you or a loved one are unable to leave home without a considerable or taxing effort, or under a plan of care established by a physician, or need continual occupational or other therapy, Mississippi Home Care may benefit you. They can also help you live independently with the Phillips Lifeline Medical Alert Service. That's Mississippi Home Care, a member of the LHC group.
And welcome back to action. New Albany trailing Ripley 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. Jeremy, 3rd down, 15 to go here for the Blue Devils. Got to come up with a big play here.
They need the 27 to keep this drive alive, and certainly going to be a passing down here. So if you're Jones, got to protect that football. They've got 4 wides.
Keep an eye on Christo as he's going to be the go-to guy. Instead, they're going to run a little slip screen here. And it passes complete, cutting up the field, spins off one, hits the circle button out to the 30, but it's going to bring up a 4th down and about 5 situation. So make it 6. So pretty much what they would have been dealt with, they get the penalty yardage back on that play.
Yeah, and if it's panel screen, I like that play design. Everything going to the opposite side, even had Bo Brown that way in kind of a throwback screen. And good play dog, good play design by the Booneville coaching staff. Came up a little bit short, but you did what you wanted to do there. Get the penalty yards back. It's 4th and manageable. They need, 4th and about 6 is what they're calling. So they need the 25-yard line. The 31, it would be a 48-yard. If they kicked it, Coach Drury is going to go for it instead.
So a big play here for Baldwyn, trying to get the ball back and keep the Blue Devils out of the end zone, keep it a 7-6 game, but we have motion on the receiver here as he got a little early start, so this is going to back him up once again. We saw this a lot last night in the Vardaman and Bruce game. Untimely penalties really shooting both the Trojans and the Rams in the foot. And right now, the Blue Devils sort of hurting themselves early with, I guess, mental breakdowns in the first game of the season.
Yeah, and Jones hasn't. Jones hasn't looked really comfortable throwing the football so far. He's off to a modest start, 2 for 4 for about 17 yards. His first pass, he completed a little 6-yard out route to Christo to pick up a 1st down, but he hasn't looked comfortable at all throwing the football to the far side. And so this is a really big play right here for Jones. He needs to step up and make a good throw. Give himself a little bit of confidence and look a little more comfortable in the pocket.
4th down and 11 is the situation here for the Blue Devils. As Jeremy mentioned, got to get out around the 25. They do a reverse. Jones out front blocking. Hits off one guy. He's going to have to fight for it, and the Blue Devils come up about 4 yards shy. A little bit of a misdirection play that time. Almost worked for a second. Jones, the lead blocker, but a good job by Baldwyn. Seeing the play, recognizing it quickly, and adjusting to the football.
Yeah, and again, a good play design. Misdirection certainly working on the ball and defense. Unfortunately for Booneville, you just had too much yardage to gain, dug yourself a little too deep a hole. And so Baldwyn's going to pick up in a big-time victory for the Baldwyn defense. Remember, this drive started 1st and 10 at the Baldwyn 35-yard line, and the Bearcats did a great job. They were very stingy, came away not allowing any points, and now you give your offense some solid field position at your own 30-yard line.
And another break in the action. It's flags down here as the officials come up.
Flag on the play.
I'm not really for sure what this is going to be here. Illegal substitution here as the officials talk it over. Just a quick score update. Tupelo scores 2 plays in the second quarter to tie New Hope at 7-7 as we have a break in the action. We do want to remind you to stay tuned following this game on Saturday at 4 o'clock. We will have, actually this will go against Booneville. False start against the offense. So we're going to have offsetting penalties here. So illegal participation anyway, anything you could do, I could do better. Counteracts there. No damage done. Ball spotted just shy of the 30, or on the 30 actually is where they're going to mark it. It'll be a 1st down and 10 situation here. So Jeremy, as was mentioned in rivalry weekend here, Booneville, Baldwyn, Vardaman, Bruce, and Pontotoc and South Pontotoc featured game next here on W07BN Sports. We do want to remind everyone, if you are not a member of MetroCast Cable, to join them and sign up today, or you can view all the games in TV7 on W07BN.com. Steve and Chris doing a lot of hard work there to get these games on live streaming. As you see a give there on the pitch out on 1st down, goes for a gain of about 3 or 4, as that is Estes on the carry for the Bearcats.
Gain of 2 yards.
10 minutes of play here. 7-6 is still your score in favor of the Blue Devils. A good, quick-paced ball game, Jeremy.
4 yards.
As they are going to call it a 4-yard gain, be a 2nd down and 6 situation here for the Bearcats.
Yeah, and if you're balling, that's what you have to win 1st down. Put yourself in 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6 like that to keep this Booneville passing pressure to a minimum.
This time a quick out. Slips off one tackle. Breaking forward. Looks like momentum may have carried him out to the 30-yard line as they're going to mark him just a little shy of the 30, so it'll bring up about a gain of 1. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down. We'll call it 5 situation, call it a long 5 here for the Bearcats. So possession down coming up for Baldwyn as this game sort of momentum is almost teetering in the balance here. It seems like each team is just one big play away from making something huge happen again.
Yeah, and if you're Baldwyn, again, I like the way they utilize Gaines the first couple of drives and move him out of the pocket and give him a chance to throw on the run. You know, last couple of times we've seen him try to run the football. That didn't work, and then you got the quick out. Good job by this Booneville defense, very fast.
Pressure coming, dialing up big here, and just overthrows him. Jeremy, that's a play 3 weeks from now that'll be spot on money. 6 points for the Bearcats, but unfortunately timing route steps just not there right now in game time in the second week of the season.
Yeah, and Gaines had his receiver open again, but you got to give credit to that Booneville defense. You saw the blitz straight up the middle. Gaines kind of let the ball go about a second before he wanted to and threw it just a little too far in front of his intended receiver. So both defenses now kind of stiffening up a little bit. It's a lot more difficult for these offenses to move the football, and you got back-to-back kind of 3 and out, so to speak, and so Booneville should get solid field position. Christo standing about his own 40-yard line.
4th and 6 to go here. Need a booming punch, try to swing momentum. Pressure coming, almost got to it. Christo calling a fair catch, and he's backed up inside the 35. Down around the 33-yard line is where Booneville will take over, first down and 10 with 9:51 to go here until halftime. 14-6 after a blocked extra point. Ripley leads New Albany 10-0 Petal over Oak Grove with 8:49 left in the first half. Remind you, for tons of high school sports information, you can check out goresports.net. Articles on JUCO and pretty much anything I can.
Bet you can't wait to read my article on rivalries on Sunday.
I'm waiting on it. I'm excited to hear about that. Jeremy is signed on to help me out with some articles for Gore Sports.net this season, so you want to be sure and check that out as well. First down and 10. Booneville stepping up to pass. Dialing Loans, got a man, but picked off. That time well underthrown into double coverage as number 23 steps in and gets the ball back for the Bearcats and swings field position. So a big turnover there that really could help the Bearcats. Even if they can't put points on the board, can get a good punt off here, put field position in their favor.
And again, Jones just looks very uncomfortable. That was really an ill-advised throw. He threw it into double coverage. Didn't look comfortable throwing the football at all. And so if you're Jones, you got to start, maybe for the coaching staff from Booneville, start throwing some more screens, throw some quick out routes, get him some confidence, because he just simply is struggling throwing the football beyond that 5 to 10 yard intermediate stuff. And so Baldwyn gets another interception. And just like that, this Baldwyn defense has really played much better for the last 6 or 7 minutes, and they've got some solid field position.
First down and 10. Ball on the 38. Quick out is dropped. They're going to say it was a forward pass as Booneville dived on top of the football. So a break there for the Bearcats. And to bring up a second down and 10 situation here now for Baldwyn.
Well, both of these teams are really starting to play a little sloppy right now. First 6 or 7 minutes of this ballgame, both teams had their moments when they played pretty well. This has really kind of turned into a game of mistakes, penalties, turnovers, missed opportunities with good field position. So both these clubs, maybe need to kind of settle down, get back to what they were doing early on. And with Baldwyn, again, I think moving that pocket away and having Gaines throw on the run and try to pick apart the secondary.
This time pressure coming. Finds his receiver for a short gain. I think he sort of had to check off to the third route that time, as there was tons of pressure in the backfield that time coming from Booneville.
And again, you can't make him a standstill target back there. Booneville just shot 6 guys right up the middle, kind of bombarding the backfield. And give credit to Gaines, he got rid of the football quickly. But again, you want to go back to moving the pocket, get him on the outside. They were successful down on their first drive, and you got to give Gaines and company a chance, because you're looking at 3rd and 6 right now, and this Booneville club knows you're going to throw the football, and they can already get to their quarterback without pressure. And now you're going to give this Booneville Blue Devil defense a chance to send some pressure.
7:50 and counting here. A little counter play, bouncing up the middle, but read nicely. Coming up from the secondary is number 8 to make the play for Booneville. But a good play call that time by Baldwyn. Just an excellent read defensively by Booneville to snuff that one out.
Tackle made by number 8, Jaron Jones.
Coming up on the 7:30 mark, Jeremy, 7-6 is your score. Go ahead.
I was going to say Jaron Jones with a tackle right there. Good job there, staying at home from his safety position. A little surprised, Baldwyn decided to run a little misdirection counter inside instead of letting Gaines throw the football. But nonetheless, Good stop there by the Booneville defense, and once again, Cristo standing back to receive the punt. Both of these defenses really stiffening a little bit, and both of these offenses leaving a lot to be desired with their performances the last few drives.
Booneville got pressure on the punt last time, got close to blocking, snap back. You're going to fake it. He's going to run out. He's got a caravan in front of him to block. Comes up, though, in a big play, as it's not going to be enough for the first down. Let's credit number 12 for Booneville coming up quickly and making a nice open field tackle as
Bryson Green and number 12 you mentioned, and also Bo Brown credited with that play, but little odd that you would see a fake at that time. Missed it. He came up short by a couple of yards. Now all of a sudden this Booneville offense is going to get great field position. They're going to start inside Baldwyn territory. The second time they're going to start a drive this half inside Baldwyn territory. The first one started at the 35-yard line. Didn't do much. Need to capitalize here. They've got just under 6 minutes to play here in the first half. They can go in there and get some points and take some time off the clock. They can really snatch some momentum before the half.
Absolutely. Wasn't a bad play call that time. Just wasn't executed up front by the big guys blocking downfield, allowing Booneville to come up and make the play just 2 yards shy of it. But either way it goes, Booneville once again winning the battle of field position here. They lead 7-6, 5:52 to go until halftime. Give is to Brown up the middle. He puts both arms around the football and pretty much just powers his way forward for a gain of about 3. We'll give it a gain of 4. Actually, they keep moving the ball forward. Actually, they'll give it a gain of about 5 on the play. So a big carry there by Brown on first down.
Yeah, good job there by Boomer, kind of getting back to what they do best. That last pass by Jaron Jones, that was picked up as the first down pass by Booneville in this ball game. They get right back to the run and pick up about 4 yards on the play.
Heat timeout. We're going to take it with them. 7-6 is your score. 5:30 to play. We'll be back with more right after this.
Booneville Supply Company. Come by and see their complete lines of plumbing and electrical supplies for the contractors and homeowners alike. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff will be pleased to help you with their large inventory of in-stock plumbing and electrical merchandise, and also any special orders that you may need. They have a large selection of electrical wire, plumbing and gas pipe, a large selection of Klein tools, faucets, vanities and cabinets, toilets, tubs and showers, and large and small PVC fittings. On top of this, they also deliver. So visit the Booneville Supply Company, 400 East Church Street in Booneville. Murphy Frame Supply in Bruce, specializing in home framing, industrial plywood, and anything for your lumber needs, for the contractor or individual. From pressure-treated lumber and plywood, including spruce and Arkansas pine, to log cabin siding, doors and windows, and insulation. They also have the hardware you'll need like nails, fasteners, and drywall supplies. Murphy Frame Supply is located on Highway 32 West in Bruce. See them today or visit mfswood.net for your next construction or lumber project. Murphy Frame Supply.
And welcome back to action. They respot the football during the timeout. It's a 2nd down and 6 situation now here for Booneville. Bo Brown breaks to the outside and gets out of bounds, but appears to have enough to pick up the first down. And that's just Bo Brown right there at his best. Gets to the outside, and there's going to be very few people that can arm tackle him. Bounces off a few and gets to the outside and picks up the first down. Moves the chains for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, that's what makes him so special. You saw it right there. He's a combo runner. He's got size, he's got speed, and he's got some power. The speed got him around the edge, and the power got him a few extra yards. Picked up 11 on the play. He's now has 30 yards rushing on 6 carries so far in this half. He's got a 5 yards per carry average. That was his longest run of the evening, but that's what Booneville's got to do. They've got to get back to running the football. They've tried it up the middle. They've had some positive yardage. Now they're going to try and use the outside and see if they can get to the corner and try and confuse this Bearcat defense. So I like the 2 plays so far we've seen. Booneville now has it about the ball on 33-yard line. So again, I think you're going to see a lot more running the football behind that offensive line, which has done a great job so far in the first half.
21-0. Amory trailing Itawamba AHS in the first quarter, so it's a grand opening, I guess you could say, for Itawamba in their new field. We'll be anxious to see that throughout the season. We got 5:07 to go until halftime. 7-6 is your score here in the backyard brawl. Jeremy, we talked about its rivalry weekend. Pontotoc, South Pontotoc coming your way next here on W07BN Sports. Had a great game that everyone just watched here between Vardaman and Bruce. Probably one of the better games between those two programs. And that's a rivalry that's been building over the years, and it's
a little controversy.
Little controversy. You saw it there at the end of the game on that one. Big debate if quarterback Reed Gregory went past the line of scrimmage on the completed two-point conversion or not. And well, you saw what the play was called, and the official word is what they'll go with. Coach Ray taking that in grace, saying that's what they called it. So if that's what they call, that's what it is.
Yeah, you gotta feel that those Bruce Trojan players though have a lot of confidence in themselves after playing a tough Water Valley team that close.
Jaron Jones goes for a big gain on first down. And we have a injured Bearcat down on the field.
Injured player on the field for the Bearcats.
Don't know if it's a cramp or just a serious injury. Looking at that knee right there. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take you to a break and be back with more here on W0SBN Sports right after this.
I'd like to begin tonight with a little joke. This guy, he's a farmer. And he says, hey, hello? Sorry. But seriously, folks.
Speaking in public is no joke.
Doctor says, chicken says...
For help, call Toastmasters, the public speaking support group.
The chicken.
Welcome to Aberdeen Antiques. I'm Linda Dodd. After having an antique business 11 years in Tennessee, I opened in downtown Aberdeen a year ago. I specialize in quality antique furniture, sterling, glassware, artwork, clocks, and a variety of antique accessories. Antiques have a craftsmanship and quality that you just don't find in newer items. Buying antiques is not only a good investment, but it's the ultimate in recycling. Visit Aberdeen Antiques soon. Hours 10 to 5, closed Tuesday and Sunday. Thank you.
Welcome back, 5:53. And your player number 72, Jeremy Kennedy, Aaron Gore, Baldwyn. As we're looking at one of the Bearcats being helped off the field. That's number 72, Jesse Napier, a sophomore defensive end. We're not sure how he got hurt on the play. It looks like it may have been an ankle. That's going to be a loss to the Bearcat defense, which is trying to derail this Booneville rushing attack so far. 89 yards on the ground, Adam. Booneville has so far here in the first half. Led by quarterback Jaron Jones, 8 carries, 52 yards. Bo Brown, 6 carries for 30 yards. So those two guys have really anchored this Booneville rushing attack as they lead 7-6. They're inside Bearcat territory. They've got second down and short.
Second down, we'll call it a 3 to go here. Give is going to be to the fullback this time, and I believe that is Cook, maybe number 30.
Number 30, Alex Cook.
And he battles forward and bangs his way close. Actually, they will give him a good gain that time as he made the contact, fell forward, and he picks up the first down, so moves the chains. Fresh set of downs here with 5:40 to go in the second quarter. 7-6 is your score in favor of the Booneville Blue Devils. It'll be a first down and 10, ball going to be at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, and right there you see a little change of pace. You've seen Bo Brown kind of a combo back, and you've seen Jaron Jones kind of a little scat back with some speed there. You see the fullback, Alex Cook, just kind of getting some yards, want to get the first down. Nice change of pace there by the coaching staff.
And once again, pounding on the ground here is Brown. Gets the carry. And Jeremy's talked about they're trying to work on the clock a little bit here, eat some time, and also put some points on the board here and go in with momentum with a big momentum, or go into halftime with big momentum on their side.
When you continue to run the football first down for 4 yards or better, you've got a great chance to win and a great chance to control the clock, and that's what Booneville has done this drive. You see 9 yards there on that run by Bo Brown. So, again, they've done a great job getting back to what's been their bread and butter, which is running the football.
Near fumble that time as Brown lost it for a second. He was able to get it back and keep possession to get the ball out around the 10-yard line. Clock continues to roll. 4:30 to go here until halftime. Good defensive stand that time as Brown appeared to a second ago have the outside corner, but closed off quickly by the Bearcats.
Yeah, good job there by Devin Lindsay, the senior linebacker, who was there to negate Brown from turning the corner. He is the Bearcat who picked off the Jaron Jones pass and returned it all the way back for a touchdown. So Lindsay's had himself quite a very good first half for the Bearcats and did a very good job there limiting Bo Brown to get the first down. Booneville coming up on third down, 1 of 3 tonight on third downs.
It will be the quarterback keeper up the middle, just getting behind, I guess, what you would call the big uglies and fighting forward with that no cadence on the snap, and he fights forward inside the 10-yard line as he gets the first down. Pick up of 2 yards that time. And the official's going to maybe have to measure. No, they're going to go ahead and bring it, call it a first down. So it'll basically be a first and goal situation now here for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, Jaron Jones, that was his 9th carry, 54 yards on the night. Bo Brown's got 39 yards on the night. So clearly, we talked about these two guys, Adam, to start the telecast. This is going to be the 1-2 punch that Booneville's going to throw at you all season long. And they have not disappointed so far this evening.
New Albany scores and tacks on the 2-point conversion to tie Ripley at 14. There's Brown on the give, and he fights forward into the 5-yard line. I tell you what, this Booneville team, they're going to be a team that's tough to stop in the red zone with guys like Jones, Brown, and those receivers that they can count on, those little short routes. They're going to be I feel they could be a very efficient red zone type offense this season.
No question about it. It starts up front with those offensive linemen. They do such a great job, especially those interior linemen, 2 guards in the center. It starts with those guys because that's where Booneville's running the football. They're running it up the middle, right at this Baldwyn defense. And you can run the football. You can be successful from anywhere, but especially down there in that red zone.
Brown gets the football, takes a hard lick, but more importantly, puts both hands around the football. Helmet pops off that time as he gets 2 or 3 hard-earned yards that time, 2-yard gain on the play. So it's going to be a 3rd down and goal situation. Baldwyn, though we talked about Booneville moving the ball efficiently, Baldwyn's making them earn every inch that they get here inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and if you're balling, that's what you have to. You've got to be able to close off that run. You got to start moving the 8, maybe 9 guys into the box. I know Booneville's kind of throwing some 4 wides out there, but until Jaron Jones proves he can throw it down the field or at least throw that 10 to 15-yard intermediate route, you've got to put these guys in the box and control that running game and force Jones to hit the deep route. Otherwise, you're going to continue to get gashed all night long because Baldwyn cannot stop this running game with just their front 7.
Well, Jeremy, we'll talk about it a little bit more in depth during halftime. Things that you see right now that both teams may need to make an adjustment offensively, defensively here going in at halftime.
Well, I think if you're balling, I think it's getting back to what you did the first drive. Again, we talk about this defensive front for Booneville. They're very active, and they put a lot of pressure on the quarterback with just their front 4. Anytime you can do that, you really put yourself in a great position defensively. The quarterbacks don't have to cover as long, and linebackers can kind of roam in space. Therefore, to combat that, you got to move Gaines out of the pocket. I thought they did a really good job of that in the first couple of drives. Moving Gaines out of the pocket. He's a big kid. He's got a strong arm, and they've got some weapons on the outside that they can throw to. Certainly, Reggie Patterson is a guy that dropped a pass in the seams, would have picked up a major first down for the Bearcats way back in the first quarter. So if you're balling offensively, get back to throwing the football on first down. Got to do that. You need to move the pocket around, get Gaines on the outside, and get into those weapons. If you're Booneville, keep doing what you're doing on offense. Bread and butter, mix it up between Jones and Bo Brown. You've proven you've got some other guys that can run the football as well, but you also maybe want to open it up with Jones, some bootlegs and some short passes to get himself some confidence.
There's the give to Brown. Brown tries to power his way in, fumble, and Baldwyn recovers. Number 54, Johnny on the spot, if you will, jumps on top of the football. Brown that time took a hard lick.
Number 22, Devin Lindsay.
And Devin Lindsay, there's the guy again.
54 recovered it. They call it 22.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, I'll go with
I got it clear on tape.
Xavier Gamble, the junior defensive lineman, who comes up with that football. And again, Adam, Booneville starts inside Baldwyn territory, and they can't put any points on the board. That's the 3rd turnover tonight by this Booneville Blue Devil offense. That's something Coach Jordan's staff certainly will address at halftime. And if you're Baldwyn, well, you are living on the edge and flirting with disaster, but give credit to that defense. They're doing what they're supposed to. They're bending and not breaking, only giving up 7 points so far.
Well, big thing right now is keeping the ball in your possession here if you're Baldwyn and not do anything, I guess you say, not do anything to get a safety or make any mistake here that could really put points on the board for Booneville. Keep possession is the key here. Try to run out the clock. We're under 2 minutes to play now here until halftime. go in with minimum damage done.
No question about it. If you're Baldwyn, you just want to run the football, soak the clock, and get out of here only down by 1, because Booneville has clearly outplayed the Bearcats. But unfortunately for the Blue Devils, they got 3 turnovers. 2 possessions, they start inside Baldwyn territory, come up with no points. So if you're in Baldwyn defense, you got to feel like, hey, you're doing exactly what you have to do. It's not about yards given up. It's about points and turnovers, and they get an A+ in both of those departments so far this season.
Good second effort by Estes, but here we have a late flag down here.
Flag on the play.
Come in well after the play was over with. Personal foul. Unsportsmanlike contact. Contact against the Blue Devils, so the Blue Devils really helped out the Bearcats there, gets them out of the shadows of the end zone, or the goalpost, I guess you could say. It moves the ball forward. It gives it a little bit more breathing room, and may now, with that 15-yard penalty tacked on a first down, may give them a chance to sort of go big here on first down.
Boy, Booneville is really committing a lot of dumb penalties and really making a lot of mistakes. This game ought to be much more of a lead for Booneville than just 1. But again, the turnovers, they've done okay. I mean, they've only got 3 penalties the first half. I think you would take that. But again, that's a situation where if you stop Baldwyn on third down, you may get a chance to get a field position again. So Booneville not really capitalizing on the opportunities so far this evening.
Want to keep it close to the vest here, pitch it out, and simple run by Estes. Quick score update, 14-14, Starkville and Louisville, 4 minutes before halftime. And Tisch County and Alcorn Central tied at 0.
Second down and 11.
As Shelby adding an extra comment about the play of the game that will remain off the air. Shannon leads 20-12 over Memphis East, or East Side, or something like that. A team from Memphis either way. Second down. We'll call it 11 to go here. Man in motion. Give is to the man in motion. Blue Devils all over that one. And now
Gaines has the ball to number 8.
You look at it, trying to see how many. They don't show how many. I don't think they don't have any timeouts left to be able to stop the clock here, as that's going to do it. As we're going to run out the first quarter of play. Exciting first quarter of play. 7-6 is your score as we go into halftime. Man, oh man, don't go anywhere, folks. You'll want to stay tuned for more. We're going to take you to a break and come back with your halftime shows here from Booneville right after this.
The Baldwyn Hardware and Supply Company, Rex and Diana Coggins, invite you to come by and see their complete lines of hardware and building materials. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff will be pleased to help the contractor and the homeowner with their up-and-coming large inventory of in-stock hardware and building materials, and even those hard-to-find or special order items. They also have a great selection of doors, paint, windows, insulation, hand tools, and mobile home doors. And they also deliver. Baldwyn Hardware and Supply Company, Highway 145 North, in Baldwyn.
All the intimate look and feel of a bed and breakfast with the amenities and luxury of a 5-star hotel. That's what you'll find at the Cart Barn Inn in Bruce. Great for weekends away, church retreats, family gatherings, or just a great place to stay when you're away from home. A large back porch, peaceful, quiet country setting, and conveniently located on the golf course. When you need a place to stay, our doors are always open at the Cart Barn Inn, next to the golf course in Bruce, or visit us on the web at www.cartbarninn.com.
Our hometown, where we live, where we love, where the simple life is good enough, where we dream, where we hope, where we stand together and share the load. Oh, our hometown is blessed. Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
I'm Jimmy Calvary with Prentiss County Farm Bureau, and we're located at 402 East Church Street in Booneville, Mississippi, and I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to serve you here in Prentiss County. We provide homes and automobiles, life, health, long-term care, annuities, and come by and see us. We'd love to do business with you. Thank you.
The all-new 2009 Dodge Crew Cab Ram 5.7 Hemi engine. This has the all-new Ram box, the storage compartment here, big enough to put anything you want in here, one on for each side on each fender. Also the cargo management system here in the bed. You can tie down and extend the capacity of it. 2009 Jeep Commander, a 4-door SUV from Jeep. Has third row seating, seats 7 people. You can lay it down if you wanted to for cargo room, or keep it up for seating to accommodate your passengers. And I want to invite everybody to come to Griffin Motor Company. We have great deals on all new and used vehicles, and Griffin Motors wants to be the place you buy your next car or truck.
Come by and see the newest hardware and building supply store in Booneville. Rex and Diana Coggins are the new owners of Booneville Hardware and Supply Company, formerly Building Supply. See their complete lines of hardware and building materials. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff will be pleased to help the contractor and the homeowner with their up-and-coming large inventory of in-stock hardware and building materials, and even those hard to find or special order items. They have a great selection of treated and untreated lumbers, doors, paint, windows, insulation, hand tools, and mobile home doors. And they also deliver. Booneville Hardware and Supply Company, 403 East Church Street, Booneville.
Hi, my name is Micah. Come see us at our store. Thank you.
Here at Hunter's Holler, we're always striving to serve our customers better.
New Pro Series Easton Saw and X-Press for better service. Factory trained certified Matthews technicians for better service.
Newly remodeled clothing racks for better service.
A brand new laser engraver for better service.
At Hunter's Holler, we're state of the art to serve our customers.
The experts in home health care, Mississippi Home Care, understands there's no place like home. A member of the LHC group, Mississippi Home Care can help with any medical, social, and therapeutic treatments to help you recover from an illness or injury, or they can assist with daily activities. They have a qualified and caring staff that can provide care for a wide range of medical conditions. If you or a loved one are unable to leave home without a considerable or taxing effort, or under a plan of care established by a physician, or need continual occupational or other therapy, Mississippi Home Care may benefit you. They can also help you live independently with the Phillips Lifeline Medical Alert Service. That's Mississippi Home Care, a member of the LHC group.
The all-superior Booneville Blue Devil Band. The band is directed by John and Laura Emerson. Our field commander is Miss Casey Cavendish. Senior band captains are Jennifer Donahue, Kristen Fitzgerald, Aaron Griffith, Amber Griffith, Jacob Huckapiller, Tracy Kelly, Caitlin Kendrick, Callie McGrew, Connie McGrew, Hillary Miller, Hannah Nichols, Emily Smith, and Zach Trace. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Booneville Blue Devil Band. This year's show is entitled Season of Joy. The Booneville Band Boosters want to thank everyone for their support.
The Baldwyn Hardware and Supply Company, Rex and Diana Coggins, invite you to come by and see their complete lines of hardware and building materials. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff will be pleased to help the contractor and the homeowner with their up-and-coming large inventory of in-stock hardware and building materials, and even those hard-to-find or special order items. They also have a great selection of doors, paint, windows, insulation, hand tools, and mobile home doors. And they also deliver. Baldwyn Hardware and Supply Company, Highway 145 North in Baldwyn.
All the intimate look and feel of a bed and breakfast with the amenities and luxury of a five-star hotel. That's what you'll find at the Cart Barn Inn in Bruce. Great for weekends away, church retreats, family gatherings, or just a great place to stay when you're away from home. A large back porch, peaceful, quiet country setting, and conveniently located on the golf course. When you need a place to stay, our doors are always open at the Cart Barn Inn, next to the golf course in Bruce, or visit us on the web at www.cartbarninn.com.
Our hometown, where we live, where we love, where the simple life is good enough, where we dream, where we hope, where we stand together and share the load. Oh, our hometown is blessed. Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
I'm Jimmy Calvary with Prentiss County Farm Bureau, and we're located at 402 East Church Street in Booneville, Mississippi, and like to thank you for the opportunity to serve you here in Prentiss County. We provide homes and automobiles, life, health, long-term care, annuities, and come by and see us. We'd love to do business with you. Thank you.
The all-new 2009 Dodge Crew Cab Ram 5.7 Hemi engine. This has the all-new Ram box, the storage compartment here, big enough to put anything you want in here, one on for each side on each fender. Also the cargo management system here in the bed. You can tie down and extend the capacity of it. 2009 Jeep Commander, a 4-door SUV from Jeep. Has third-row seating, seats 7 people. You can lay it down if you wanted to for cargo room, or keep it up for seating to accommodate your passengers. And I want to invite everybody to come to Griffin Motor Company. We have great deals on all new and used vehicles, and Griffin Motors wants to be the place you buy your next car or truck.
Come by and see the newest hardware and building supply store in Booneville. Rex and Diana Coggins are the new owners of Booneville Hardware and Supply Company, formerly Build and Supply. See their complete lines of hardware and building materials. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff will be pleased to help the contractor and the homeowner with their up-and-coming large inventory of in-stock hardware and building materials, and even those hard to find or special order items. They have a great selection of treated and untreated lumbers, doors, paint, windows, insulation, hand tools, and mobile home doors. And they also deliver. Booneville Hardware and Supply Company, 403 East Church Street, Booneville.
Hi, my name's Micah. Come see us at our store. Thank you.
Here at Hunter's Holler, we're always striving to serve our customers better.
New Pro Series Easton Saw and X-Press for better service. Factory trained certified Matthews technicians for better service.
Newly remodeled clothing racks for better service.
A brand new laser engraver for better service.
At Hunter's Holler, we're a state-of-the-art to serve our customers.
The experts in home health care, Mississippi Home Care, understands there's no place like home. A member of the LHC group, Mississippi Home Care, can help with any medical, social, and therapeutic treatments to help you recover from an illness or injury, or they can assist with daily activities. They have a qualified and caring staff that can provide care for a wide range of medical conditions. If you or a loved one are unable to leave home without a considerable or taxing effort, or under a plan of care established by a physician, or need continual occupational or other therapy, Mississippi Home Care may benefit you. They can also help you live independently with the Phillips Lifeline Medical Alert Service. That's Mississippi Home Care, a member of the LHC group.
Booneville Supply Company. Come by and see their complete lines of plumbing and electrical supplies for the contractors and homeowners alike. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff will be pleased to help you with their large inventory of in-stock plumbing and electrical merchandise, and also any special orders that you may need. They have a large selection of electrical wire, plumbing and gas pipe, a large selection of Klein tools, faucets, vanities and cabinets, toilets, tubs and showers, and large and small PVC fittings. On top of this, they also deliver. So visit the Booneville Supply Company, 400 East Church Street in Booneville. Murphy Frame Supply in Bruce, specializing in home framing, industrial plywood, and anything for your lumber needs, for the contractor or individual. From pressure-treated lumber and plywood, including spruce and Arkansas pine, to log cabin siding, doors and windows, and insulation. They also have the hardware you'll need like nails, fasteners, and drywall supplies. Murphy Frame Supply is located on Highway 32 West in Bruce. See them today or visit mfswood.net for your next construction or lumber project. Murphy Frame Supply.
I'd like to begin tonight with a little joke. This guy, he's a farmer, and he says, hey, hello, sorry. But seriously, folks.
Speaking in public is no joke.
Doctor says, chicken says...
For help, Call Toastmasters, the public speaking support group.
The chicken.
Welcome to Aberdeen Antiques. I'm Linda Dodd. After having an antique business 11 years in Tennessee, I opened in downtown Aberdeen a year ago. I specialize in quality antique furniture, sterling, glassware, artwork, clocks, and a variety of antique accessories. Antiques have a craftsmanship and quality that you just don't find in newer items. Buying antiques is not only a good investment, but it's the ultimate in recycling. Visit Aberdeen Antiques soon. Hours 10 to 5, closed Tuesday and Sunday. Thank you.
And welcome back to action. Moments away from starting the second half of play here from Booneville. Booneville leads 7-6 here at the break. Jeremy, you got some stats and your first half thoughts. Why don't you hit that with us right now?
Well, first of all, you would take a look at the stats, for a ball, and this is an offense that did not move the ball very much in the first half. Quarterback Tanner Gaines was just 3 for 9 for 23 yards in the first half. Rushing the football, the Bearcats were led by number 4, Tyler Estes, with 4 carries for 22 yards. Other than that, not much offense to speak of. On the flip side for Booneville, they had a very successful first half, especially on the ground. Bo Brown with 48 yards, Jaron Jones with 54 yards. So those two guys really carried the load offensively for Booneville rushing the football. Jaron Jones was just 2 for 5 for 17 yards throwing the football in the first half, including 2 interceptions, one taken back all the way for a touchdown. So the offense for Booneville coming on the ground, which is not a big surprise, certainly with Brown and Jones, but a little surprising that Jones didn't have a more successful half at him throwing the football.
Just a few stats that sort of jumped out at me, or the text messages, I should say. I got a text message that simply said, "The nation is alive." And that's coming from Jackie Caldwell. Of course, the nation that he refers to as North Pontotoc. And then he's shortly set the score right behind it, 41-14. North Pontotoc rolling over Nettleton. So North Pontotoc, a lot of people thought they may be down this year after being hit pretty hard by graduation last year. Coach Plummer had a chance to meet him during the North Pontotoc slow pitch tournament. Great guy, got the kids fired up, and a lot of positives going on right now in Ecru. So hey, look out for the nation.
Yeah, they had a really good year last year. Again, they were one of those teams everybody was telling them, oh, you're going to go back to being North Pontotoc. You're not going to be in the mix. And first 2 weeks, looks like they're going to move to 2-0. And again, they're one of those teams. They got to have some kids step up. And so far, so good. Get a little confidence, a little bit like this Booneville team. They need to really play well in the second half, especially capitalizing on the opportunities they had. Saw it twice inside Bearcat territory and did not come up with anything to show for it from a scoring standpoint. So if for Baldwyn, you got to love what your defense did, forcing 3 turnovers in that first half and keeping Booneville out of the end zone twice when they started inside your own territory.
So kick goes out of bounds, so the ball should be spotted. Well, let's see where they'll spot it, because it actually didn't make it out. Yeah, it made it past the 35. So bring it back out to the 35, where Booneville will start the second half of play.
Illegal procedure.
Hey, Jeremy, if the second half is anything like the first half, we should have an exciting ball game to go here. As you talked about the scoring recap there, it's been your classic backyard brawl here between Booneville and Baldwyn.
Yeah, both of these clubs had their moments and they played really good football. Baldwyn offensively started early on. Booneville, they really ran the ball pretty well and pretty consistently throughout the half. Jones really struggled throwing the football, so I'm interested to see how the coaching staff will combat that. And whoa, Lindsey, that kid has had a tremendous ball game. He took back the interception for a touchdown. He has been all over the field for this Bearcat defense.
There's you a highlight reel right there. What a hit on first down, and that's a statement-made hit right there. You got to think the coaches went in at halftime, said, look, we got to get more physical, hit them in the face. They come after us. Let's get after them here in the second half, and that's how you do it.
No question about it. Coach Gray had to really challenge his club up front. They ball in front 4. They really got beat up by this Booneville offensive line for the first 24 minutes of football. kind of test your manhood a little bit because it was right up the middle, runs directly at the heart of that Bearcat defensive front. So Coach Gray probably had a little conversation with his front four, and I can imagine it was a one-way conversation. A good way to respond to start the second half.
A lot of confusion on that play that time for the Blue Devils, so they're going to take a timeout and talk things over. Jeremy, we touched on it in the first half. You take a look at him talking to his guys in the huddle right now. 50 years of coaching for Coach Drury. There's no words to describe that.
No, it's not. And you talk about the longevity, you talk about the success, but there are a lot of parents probably in this stadium right now that are thinking, Coach, why would you want to be around high school kids for 50 years? I mean, it's the attitudes and kind of what all teenagers go through, but it speaks to his character and giving back to the community and really being a model citizen. He has put together one of the winningest programs in the state and is certainly one of the most respected coaches throughout the South, not just Mississippi, but throughout high school football in the South. So it really it makes you feel good that the same ideals and same goals worked 50 years ago, and they worked in 1959, and they worked just in 2009 as well.
Pass over the middle is broken up on 2nd down and 11. And Jeremy, that's a point you touched on a little bit in the first half. Jones just not looking comfortable throwing the football around the field right now.
No, he's not. And again, it's an intermediate route. Jones has really struggled throwing the football beyond really 4 or 5 yards. I mean, the 2 interceptions he threw, one was an out route near the goal line. One was just a bad throw on a fade route on the near sideline. And he really has struggled throwing the football. Doesn't look good, doesn't look comfortable at all. And be interested to see if they try to move him out of the pocket a little bit, throw some screens to the backs and maybe throw some draws. But big 3rd down for the Blue Devils here.
3rd down and 11. This time Jones dialing up. Long's got a man, but out of bounds as he made the catch, but he stepped out of bounds just before making the leap. Hey, either way it goes, it's an incomplete pass, but Jeremy, that was an impressive athletic effort.
No question about it, but Jones again, throwing it out of bounds, not really giving his receiver a chance to make a play. But if you're the Baldwyn Bearcat defense, this is exactly how you script the first 3 plays of the Booneville offensive possession. You immediately stuff the run on 1st down, you force the Blue Devils into 2nd and long, and then that's when you can come after Jaron Jones, and you see 2 throws that were off the mark there, and all of a sudden you've got 4th down, and the Bearcats, who really struggled defensively stopping the run in the first half, have done exactly what you wanted to do defensively, and that's put up a 0, and they should get the football back.
And in pretty good field position as well. Snap back to Goodman, going to step into it. A high, booming kick. Fair catch is being called. And a little confusion on who was going to catch the ball, but it's going to be down about the 36-yard line. Here's where the Baldwyn Bearcats will have it 1st down and 10 to go. We do want to remind everyone that we do have our schedule posted on various websites as well as newspapers. The Pontotoc Progress, you can pick up a copy of that every Wednesday. Tim Tudor and Company doing a good job out there. They have a guy that writes for them pretty regular as well. Then Monroe County Journal, Monroe360.com as well. Brandon Speck.
Don't you write for them?
And that is true. I'm going to say help Brandon out there a little bit more. Monitor Herald at the MonitorHerald.com also running the schedule there. So we do want to thank those guys. Also check out GoreSports.com. A reverse here. Booneville read nicely. As I believe that was Pinson on the carry. And Jones saw that one coming and sprinted to the football in a hurry. Made a beautiful open field tackle.
Yeah, and again, you try a little misdirection with the Booneville defense instead of kind of going right at the Blue Devils, trying a little trick play there. And now all of a sudden it's 2nd and a mile, 2nd and 16. So you lose 6 on the first play. Again, I would really like to see this Bearcat offense with gains in the shotgun, move that pocket, extend, and put some pressure on that Booneville secondary and get the ball down the field. We're successful with it early. They haven't gone back to it since.
Man in motion for the Bearcats. Goes to the far side. Looks one way. Comes back. Throw across the middle. Looks like just a little misread on the route that time. As the pass well over the head of the receiver goes incomplete. Now we'll bring up a 3rd down, 16 situation here. 10:04 to go. Booneville leads 7-6 here in the backyard brawl over the Baldwyn Bearcats.
And quickly it's 3rd and 16. Baldwyn 1 for 5 on 3rd downs this evening.
And they're 0 for their last 4. And expecting this Bearcat offense to pick up 16 yards on 3rd down is asking a lot of your quarterback, Tanner Gaines. And if you're Booneville, you got a couple of different options. You could come at the quarterback, try and put some pressure on. Booneville showing blitz early.
Gaines drops back, pressure coming off the corner, steps up to avoid it. High pass is complete and out just shy of the 50-yard line. Boy, I tell you what, that one hung up in the air forever. I don't think the Booneville defender was able to come up and find the football as he lost it in the lights, I guess you can say. Pass is complete. Ball going to be just shy of the 50-yard line. Big-time 3rd down conversion there for the Bearcats.
Well, we were talking about it being a lot to ask, and all of a sudden, Gaines brings rain with the Rainmaker on the near sideline, and a good job there by Channing Pinson to make the catch. Kind of caught it and tiptoed, stayed in bounds, 17 yards in the play. Fresh set of downs. Now you see him move in the pocket a little bit, and good job there by the Booneville secondary, but I still think that's the best way for Baldwyn to move the football down the field. Get it to Gaines, move that pocket a little bit, let him put some pressure on the Booneville secondary. But give credit to Trey Welch, number 4, coming up and making a good play on the ball.
Absolutely. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 10 situation now here for the Bearcats. Ball, as we said, spotted just shy of the 50-yard line. 7-6 is your score, 9:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Jeremy, for the 2nd game of the season, been a very quick, very fast-paced ball game.
Well, that's what happens when one team predominantly likes to run the football, and I think both of these clubs you've seen, coming out and throwing the football here in the 2nd half. I think you may see both teams open it up just a little bit, but you'll see Booneville continue to pound that ball up the middle.
And that pass incomplete, just a little too high for Pinson, as he did have a lot of sideline on the side to run. Just an errant pass is going to break up a 3rd down and 10 situation. Should be a punting down here. Want to play it safe, play the odds, back them up, and make them drive the full length of the field here. As I believe it's going to be Christo back to receive. Actually, no one back yet. But
3rd down.
Excuse me, 3rd down. Okay, I'm a play ahead of myself. Actually, the marker had 3rd down the last play as well. So now it is 3rd down.
Now it's 3rd down.
So 3rd down and 10.
One of those 5th down situations like we saw in college football about 20 years ago.
Gaines releases, goes deep once again, and the pass is picked off, but once again, number 4 not playing between the sidelines. The 2nd pass in a row, he's caught out of bounds.
Yeah. Good job there by Trey Welch on the coverage, and Gaines just really kind of just threw that one up, and kind of a prayer there. So again, Booneville doing a good job. Had a little bit of pressure in his face, and so once again, Baldwyn does a good job flipping the field position though. I mean, they're going to assume a good punt. Booneville's going to be backed up deep in their own territory.
Well, take everything I said a while ago on 3rd down and apply it to 4th down. Booneville has been getting some pressure on the kick. This time not bringing a lot of it. Still almost get to it. And good coverage downfield as Christo is forced to take the fair catch inside the 20-yard line, as it appears the ball will be out to about the 18. Is where to be 1st down and 10 to go here for Booneville. Jeremy, both these teams sort of playing it to the close to the vest right now, except for a couple of big passes by Baldwyn on 3rd downs. So like right now they're not wanting to make that mistake to sort of turn the tide, but somebody's going to have to come up with a big play and want to win this ball game.
No question about it. I think you're going to see Booneville get back to doing what they've been successful doing all night long, and that's running the football, particularly up the middle. Getting Bo Brown and Jaron Jones up the middle, relying on that interior offensive line who has really pushed back Baldwyn all evening long. That's what's been most successful for the Blue Devils, and they need to get back to it right here.
1st down and 10 for the Blue Devils. Snap is a high one, and Jones is going to keep it. And right now, it looks like Baldwyn has made their adjustments at halftime to sort of counter what was hurting him earlier when Jones would keep the ball on the option. And right now, it's been bottled up for the most part.
And that's putting men in the box. Baldwyn is sneaking some people up in that box. I talked about it in the 1st half. You have to start putting 8 men in the box. You have to. There's no question about it. Might want to start sneaking up that 9th man as well. I know Booneville at times has put 4 wide receivers out there, but Jones has been so inaccurate and really hasn't shown any ability whatsoever so far to throw the football deep down the field. I think if you're Baldwyn, you got to make him do that, and until then, you got to play the run.
And that's why Bo Brown ripping off a big carry there on second down. It's going to be close to another first down. I believe he's going to be about a half a yard shy as they're going to bring the ball out to about the 33-yard line. Actually, they're going to go ahead and give him the first down. The officials didn't signal it, but the chain gang said we're going to move anyway.
Bo Brown now 58 yards rushing on the evening. Surpasses Jaron Jones for the team lead. Between the two of them, 111 yards rushing. On the night, only 4 Blue Devils have touched the football in the backfield. Panel is one, and also Cook, and those two guys have 11 yards combined, so 122 yards rushing for Booneville so far on the evening.
Jones on the keeper, tripped up off the corner, but another substantial pickup on first down. A score at halftime of interest in this area. Senatobia 28, Corinth 14 at the half. And Jeremy, a lot of good ball games early in the season really signals for some good things to come on down the line.
Yeah, one of the things you worry about watching football the first couple of weeks is watching teams kind of knock the rust off. A lot of penalties, a lot of turnovers, a lot of sloppy play. A lot of teams maybe aren't going to be playing their best football until later on in the season. But you know, we've certainly seen some sloppy play in both the games we've done for the 2 weeks. We've also seen a lot of good football, which signals we may see some really great football towards the latter part of the year.
Another good stop in the backfield. That time is Jones on the keeper. As Estes, who we've talked about running the ball, making some plays on the defensive side for the Bearcats. Loss on the play now sets up a third down and long situation. We'll call it about third down and a short 7 to go here for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, and Booneville 2 for 5 on third downs. And if you're Baldwyn, this is exactly where you want to be defensively. Third down and long. You got to force Booneville to throw the football. Again, Jones has really struggled and has been very ineffective throwing the football down the field. If you're Baldwyn, rush with the front 4 and play the coverage. Make Jaron Jones make that big-time throw to convert a third down.
See 4 wide here. Brown in the backfield with Jones. Jones gets the snap quickly. Looks to his right. Pass out to the flats. It's complete to the 40. Slips off one tackle. It's going to be tackled shy of the 45-yard line. As Christo, we talked about, he is the go-to guy on possession downs, coming up big once again for the Blue Devils.
At that time, Jaron Jones looked extremely comfortable in the pocket. So for Booneville, that's got to give you a little bit of confidence. Jones took the snap, knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, and Christo was wide open. He made a good, strong throw. That's the Jaron Jones we're used to seeing, not the Jaron Jones of the first 26, 27 minutes of this ball game. So if you're Baldwyn, very disappointed you let Christo kind of find the hole in the zone. You got to do a better job in coverage.
Brown with the ball, bouncing to the outside, and just a shoelace tackle away for a big play there as he gets the ball out just shy of midfield, out to about the 48-yard line. We're going to bring up a second down and short to go. And I tell you what, that's one thing Booneville, I know we've talked about a lot tonight, but it is worth noting they've done very well on first downs.
Yeah, absolutely. They've kept themselves in 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5 all night long. And that's how you win. That's how you continue to move the football. And when you can do that consistently all evening long, you can control the football, control the clock, and you start to wear down that defense.
Ossipee County's battled back to take a 10-6 lead over to Columbus just before halftime. We're going to take you to a break with a heat timeout. 5:57 to go here. 7-6, Booneville leads over Baldwyn.
The Baldwyn Hardware and Supply Company, Rex and Diana Coggins, invite you to come by and see their complete lines of hardware and building materials. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff will be pleased to help the contractor and the homeowner with their up-and-coming large inventory of in-stock hardware and building materials, and even those hard-to-find or special order items. They also have a great selection of doors, paint, windows, insulation, hand tools, and mobile home doors. And they also deliver. Baldwyn Hardware and Supply Company, Highway 145 North in Baldwyn.
And we want to thank the Baldwyn Hardware Supply Company for being a part of the W07BN sponsor team. If you would like to be a part of that team, you can give us a call at area code 662-983-2801. That's area code 662-983-2801. Right now, Jeremy, in tough economic times, you need a really good economic plan to be able to get your word out for businesses. I tell you what, TV7's got some of the cheapest rates in the business, so you want to give them a call there, as we said, 983-2801 here. Second down and 5. And the give is to Brown off the center. Stiff arm, breaks it to the outside and spins forward. And a nice stiff arm is what broke that free. And another big pickup is right now. Yardage is coming in leaps and bounds for the Blue Devil via the running attack.
Yeah, nice 14-yard run just right around the edge. We talked about all night long, the barrage has been up the middle, up the middle, up the middle. Booneville hasn't gone around the edge too many times. That time you see Bo Brown take it around the end, picks up 14 yards, now 77 yards on the ground tonight. That's mixing it up. That's good coaching and good play calling right there. Mix it up a little bit. Now you stretch that ball and defense out a little bit. You can go back up the middle.
21-14 Ripley over New Albany. Here's a big run by Cook. Bounces off one to get to the outside, and that's what happens. You key on Brown, you key on Jones, and all of a sudden Alex Cook can come in and bite you for a big run. Once again, another big run on first down.
And it came up the middle again. Don't think for a second the coaching staff from Booneville didn't realize you get a couple of runs around the edge, it loosens up and expands this ball and defense that had been clamoring the middle of the defensive front the last couple of possessions. Get him to spread out, and you bust the fullback Cook back up the middle for 15 yards. I really like this offensive play calling and sequence for the Blue Devils.
Ball's on the 24. It's a first down and 10 situation now. Jones directing traffic in the backfield. Give once again is to Cook. Cook almost lost the football. Ooh, hard hit that time as Jones really didn't get it in his breadbasket. Got to make sure you get the good exchange there, because that's one thing that we talked about. We talked about the progressive right now of the offense for Booneville, but they seem to shoot themselves in the foot every time they get something good going.
3 turnovers so far on the night, and twice they started possessions inside the Baldwyn territory and came away with nothing. So if you're Booneville, it's great that you get down here, but you've got to capitalize. You've got to put points on the board. And quite frankly, since neither team is that strong in the kicking game, you've got to score touchdowns. Just a one-point game, although it seems like Booneville has got a much bigger lead than that with the way they've dominated the line of scrimmage all night.
And Jones on the keeper, breaks free to the outside, slips off one tackle and fights for it, takes a hard hit, ball comes free. They're going to say he was down before the ball came free, just under the 4-minute mark. Jeremy, who talked about it's a one-point ball game. 76. No, excuse me, they say the ball did come free before the contact, and that was a hard hit on Jones. And once again, Booneville cooking, and then they just let it burn up on him, I guess you could say.
Jordan Boundary, number 23, comes up with a fumble recovery. I didn't even see Jones fumble the football. I thought his knee was down, but it comes out before. So a 9-yard gain, which would have given them the first down. Instead, the 4th turnover of the night, and I just took a second to talk about the fact that if you're Booneville, you have got to capitalize inside Baldwyn territory. For the 3rd time tonight, they don't do so. Baldwyn is, boy, they must be living right. They have gotten a bunch of breaks so far this evening.
Well, another thing you have to note, Jeremy, see a run there on first down snuffed after a 1-yard gain, but you miss enough opportunities that in return give the other team an opportunity to be able to pick up the win here. Only a 1-point ball game. We've seen a big play already by the defensive ball when you got to think the offenses do.
No question about it. And again, what I want to see out of Baldwyn, I think would be more successful. So you got to start throwing the football on first down. You got to start opening up and loosening up that that Booneville secondary again. Put Gaines in that shotgun. He's got a strong arm. Move that pocket to the wide side and start throwing the ball down the field. I think you'll have a little bit more success.
And that time Gaines come off the corner looking to pass, and there was nobody there blocking as the defensive end came untouched for a big sack there. And I tell you what, that might be one reason why they're not throwing the football. When Gaines has blue shirts in his eyes, once he says hut, that's got to shake you up a little bit.
Yeah, we talked about this Booneville defensive front all night long. They have done a tremendous job. Again, they're strong up front anyway. They don't have to send a lot of pressure. Their front 4 does it for them, but when they do send pressure, it makes them that much more difficult to block, and they've been in Gaines' face all night long. 4 sacks for minus 18 yards. This Booneville defensive front has accounted for this evening, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and a mile. Baldwyn needs the 30-yard line for a first down.
And once again, dialing up big, and that one just a little too big as that pass falls incomplete. So now Baldwyn couldn't come up with the big plays when they needed them. Booneville's defense hold, and now they'll get the ball. Should be in pretty good field position here with another chance to take a big advantage here. So Booneville living on the edge and dodging each bullet each time they get fired at.
Yeah, a good job there by the Booneville defense. Both of these defenses have really played well tonight. Again, we talk about how well Booneville's running the football, but You talk about defenses, you always judge them on two categories: points allowed and how many turnovers they create. And Baldwyn has been spectacular in both of those categories tonight, despite not being able to really contain the rushing attack of Booneville. On the flip side, the Blue Devils have been dominant altogether, yet to give up an offensive touchdown, and they've really shut the Bearcats' offense down, and they've given their offense a lot of opportunities. Unfortunately, Booneville with the 4 turnovers shot themselves in the foot.
Well, the punt goes out of bounds.
33-yard line.
As it appears we have an injured player down for Baldwyn. It looks like he's just cramping. 3rd down and 10. The ball goes out of bounds at around the 34-yard line. In between the 34 and the 33 is where Booneville will have it. 1st down and 10 to go. Call it the 34. And Jeremy, right now, if you're Booneville, we talked about they've been on the cusp of scoring all night. Really could. 4 turnovers really could be up pretty big right now if they would have scored just before halftime on the 2 and then that last drive there.
Well, you can talk about this has been the 4th drive Booneville starts inside Baldwyn territory. The first 3 they've come up with no points, so they have got to start capitalizing on these opportunities.
Fumble again. This time Jones quickly falls on top of the football. Looked like he tried to hand it off to Brown, and Brown wasn't expecting the handoff. So Booneville now starting to sputter on offense. Looks like there's a lot of confusion going on between the Booneville players. Everybody looking at each other, sort of pointing at each other, not really on the same page, and starting to, I guess you say, implode a little bit.
I think they're getting a little frustrated. I think they know that they've put in the work and they've done a tremendous job all night long of moving the football with consistency, especially on the ground, and we've talked about doing it up the middle. That part has come so easy to them. I think it's frustrating that they can't move it on down and close the deal and put it in the end zone for 6. Now all of a sudden you lose 4 on 1st down, put yourself in 2nd and 14. Not a comfortable spot for this Booneville offense.
Pass out is complete to Cristo. Cristo is hit and drugged down just about the 28, maybe 27-yard line. Hey, Jeremy, we talked about it before the game, and man, we keep harping on it. This kid, he's not the biggest receiver on the field, but he's tough as nails, and he's able to make the big catches when the team needs it the most.
Yeah, Cristo's got 4 catches on the night. As a matter of fact, he's got 3 of the 4 completions that Jones has all night long. The other one was a screen pass to Panel. Cristo does a great job just finding the hole in that zone. Baldwyn is playing soft coverage on the outside, forcing Jones to throw it down the middle. And he's done a nice job, though, finding Cristo on that outside. Makes it a little more manageable 3rd down.
40 seconds, and now it's a 3rd down and 5, and the ball comes free again. And Baldwyn has it again as number 9 comes away with the football. Jeremy, you said it. The Bearcats are living right, man, because they have got every break possible. As soon as he got the yardage he needed for the 1st down, ball pops free, and Baldwin gets it again.
Jalen Irons with the fumble recovery. 5 turnovers on the night for Booneville. If you're Coach Drury, what do you do? I mean, you talk to your guys. And it's not just one guy. It's everybody that's having trouble holding on to the football. And again, shooting yourselves in the foot. Booneville ought to have 30-plus points on the night with how well they've run the football this evening.
Yeah, you call Bill Williams, order about 3 or 4 extra footballs that you already have, and make everybody carry one around school all week next week. As you see there, a give gets to the outside minimum game for the Bearcats. You're starting to see some players cramp up here in the latter stages of the 3rd quarter as we closing in on the final 15 seconds. We still have got a 7-6 ball game. Booneville leading, but the Bearcats looking for some offense here. They're going to let the clock expire to round out the 3rd quarter. 7-6, Booneville over Baldwyn at the end of 3. We're going to take you to a break and be back with more here from Booneville right after this.
All the intimate look and feel of a bed and breakfast with the amenities and luxury of a 5-star hotel. That's what you'll find at the Cart Barn Inn in Bruce. Great for weekends away, church retreats, family gatherings, or just a great place to stay when you're away from home. A large back porch, peaceful, quiet country setting, and conveniently located on the golf course. When you need a place to stay, our doors are always open at the Cart Barn Inn next to the golf course in Bruce, or visit us on the web at www.cartbarninn.com.
Our hometown, where we live, where we love, where the simple life is good enough, where we dream, where we hope, where we stand together and share the load. Oh, our hometown is blessed. Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
I'm Jimmy Calvary with Prentiss County Farm Bureau, and we're located at 402 East Church Street in Booneville, Mississippi, and I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to serve you here in Prentiss County. We provide homes and automobiles, life, health, long-term care, annuities, and come by and see us. We'd love to do business with you. Thank you.
And welcome back to action. Fourth and final quarter here. Well, we saw a wild one last night that we thought we were going into the fourth and final quarter, and almost, and technically should have went into overtime between Baldwyn and Bruce. But Jeremy, your thoughts here heading into the fourth quarter, a third quarter that neither team really budged. Turnovers most definitely being the factor in this one.
Yeah, I mean, we killed Booneville both times. Booneville, just like the first two quarters there, the third quarter, they dominated offensively, continued to run the ball with effectiveness and consistency, and really manhandled Baldwyn 20-20. Unfortunately, once the Blue Devils get inside about the 30-yard line, they just can't control the football, and Baldwyn has done a great job capitalizing on those balls on the ground.
Wide open down the field, and just out of bounds. I tell you what, that was near disaster. Almost turned into a miracle as Hill was left all alone by himself that time. The snap was high. He had to go back and get it. Took a friendly bounce. I thought he should have just fell on the football, but bounced right up into his hands, and I think the adrenaline was pumping a little too much as that one sailed big on him.
Yeah, but his receiver, Lorenzo Hill, was wide open, the freshman. I don't know. Of course, it's on the far side. Not sure if he was out of bounds or if he would have been in bounds and he caught the football, but give credit to Gaines, had the presence of mind to pick up the football and see down the field, and we talked about his arm. He showed off right there. He's got a cannon once he throws it down the field.
Quick dump over the middle is caught, and that was a hard hit laid on number 23 that time for the Bearcats. Looks like he's kind of paying for it as well, as that pass over the middle looks to be good for maybe a yard. No, they're actually going to spot it back at the 30, so it's going to be a yard shy. It's going to be decision-making time here for the Baldwyn Bearcats now. 4th down and 1. You got to think to punt this one away. As many times as you dodge bullets, you really don't want to give them the ball here in this field position.
Yeah, I think you will see a punt. Gaines is on the field. He's been punting all night long. He's the quarterback. It's 4th and 1 yard. They need the 31-yard line to keep this sucker alive. Only down 1 point. I think you punt the football, and, you try to trust your defense, but...
I don't know if they're going for it, Jeremy. They're going to take a timeout. They broke the huddle with too many players on the field. How do they not get a penalty on that? Yeah. There was 18 different people checking into the game. They broke the huddle with 30. But then they get a timeout. Wow, you talk about dodging a bullet there. If I'm a Booneville coach, I'd politely come up and ask, excuse me, Mr. Official, how do we not get a flag thrown there?
Well, it's a break for Baldwyn. They seem to have gotten them all night long. So the trend continues there. But, no question, I think you definitely have to punt the football. Hopefully, if you're Baldwyn, you're taking a look, you want Gaines to get off a punt. If he can get a punt off of about 30 yards, which would have Booneville start about the 30-yard line, force them to go 70, you're figuring, well, we'll give up 40 and get another turnover and get the ball back if you're going to keep in line with the trend so far tonight. But, Baldwyn, your goal right now is to continue to hang around and hang around and hang around, and you hope that you can capitalize on a big play. All we need to decide a winner, one big play. We always talk about expect the unexpected in these rivalry games. This is certainly something I don't think you or I expected tonight. If I told you that that the dynamic duo of Jones and Brown would have 140 yards rushing between them, and Booneville will only be up by 1 point in the fourth quarter.
I wouldn't believe it.
I don't think either one of us would have believed that, but that's where we are. I don't think either one of us would have thought that Coach Drury's club would have laid it on the ground a couple of times. They've got 2 interceptions thrown by quarterback Jerron Jones, 5 turnovers. No question about it. That's the only reason Baldwyn is still in this football game.
Well, Jeremy, we talked about the 4 turnovers in Booneville. dodging bullets, but you got to think also Baldwyn sort of dodged some bullets as well by them getting those turnovers. And a bad snap, and the kick's going to roll forward. Not what you needed if you're a Baldwyn fan, but Booneville. Was it a bad snap or was it a running kick?
I think it was going to be a rugby kick, but Gaines kicked it too low, and it was deflected by one of the Blue Devils. I wasn't sure who it was. And so for the 5th time tonight, Booneville will start inside Baldwyn territory. They are 0 for 4 so far, no points. If you're Booneville, law of averages says we've got to capitalize and cash in on one of these golden opportunities. They've got it. They're at the 44-yard line. I certainly say keep going with what's got you there. Run the football. Got to protect it and see if you can put some points on the board.
First down and 10. Keeper by Jones. And he stumbles forward for a positive gain on first down. Moves the ball out to about the 42-yard gain. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 8 situation here for Booneville. Jeremy, now we're starting to get to crunch time. We've got 10 minutes left to play, though, but the way this game is going, if Baldwyn's going to try to win this ball game, they have got to come up and start getting some offense going, and as you said, open up that passing game and try to get it downfield a little bit.
Yeah, eventually this defense is going to break. It's going to happen. They've been on the field all night long. They can't keep putting their defense in this type of situation, but they got to ask them one more time at least to keep Booneville out of the end zone.
Well, as you said, they're bending but not breaking right now. They stop Bo Brown for a minimum gain as he gets the ball just shy of the 40. Another 2-yard gain as Lindsey and Bogan on the tackle. 3rd down conversion coming up here. They're 3 of 6 on the night here are the Blue Devils. So, Jeremy, they got a 50% chance to complete this one. But once again, every time this Booneville defense has needed some plays, they've come up with them, but also Booneville's helped them out along the way.
No question about it. 3rd and 6 again. If you're Baldwyn, it's exactly where you want to be. You want to force Jerron Jones to throw the football, but you got to cover the guy at the very top. Number 1, Drew Christo. He's found the hole in that zone. Got to cover him. Force Jones to make the good throw.
And this time, this tip and another
he caught it.
Turnover.
Jerry Jones pass intended for number 22, Robert Burris.
Wow, that's all you can say. We really can't comment on it anymore, Jeremy, because we've beaten that horse into glue.
No question about it. Eric Watson. We've called his name a couple of times tonight. A good job there. Again, Jones, 3rd and 6, make him throw the football. They go away from Christo. They line him up to the far side. Jones tries to come down to the near side and hit one of his wide receivers. And if you see Baldwyn is doing defensively, that the linebackers, they're shading to the outside. The middle is wide open. And that is the 6th turnover of the night for the Booneville Blue Devils.
And there's the counter give once again. Gets the ball out to the 35-yard line. A positive pickup there by the Bearcats.
Tackle made by number 14, Bo Brown.
Jeremy, this drive right here could be the defining drive for Baldwyn. 9 minutes, 48 seconds and counting here. If they could put together a long, sustained drive, eat some time off the clock, and put points on the board either via a field goal or a touchdown, they could put this game on ice.
Yeah, they've got to get some stuff out of the passing game, though. I mean, again, Gaines has got to be able to have some time back there and hit some receivers down the field if they're going to have some success.
And there it is. Quick pass up the field, picks up the first down, extra effort, and then some. Looked like a face mask towards the end of the play.
Gaines pass complete to number 18, Seth Sweeney.
No flags down as the ball gets out to the 45-yard line. So that'll move the chains. And, Jeremy, that's what you've been begging for all night. Put the ball downfield, make something happen, and a positive gain there for the Bearcats.
And get him out of the pocket, although that time wasn't they didn't move the entire pocket, but Gaines kind of rolled out to his right and gave himself some time away from that rush up the middle and found one of his receivers for a 10-yard gain and a first down. You had a fresh set of downs. You're at the 45-yard line. Plenty of time if you're balling. You just want to keep moving the football down the field. And, again, I think throw it, put some pressure on this Booneville secondary.
Give us number 24. He's hitting the backfield, and he's stacked up as they come out of the wing tee that time. And a good stop for a loss of about 1 or 2. We'll call it 2 on the play by Booneville. So Booneville, we talked about the Baldwyn defense bending and not breaking. Booneville, you got to think they haven't allowed any offensive points put on the board tonight. Booneville defense playing well also.
No question about it, and that was the 6th different Bearcat to run the football tonight. Booneville has had 4 different players touch the football and run it for them. So both of these clubs are trying to get a little different, little mix, a little change of pace, a little balance with their rushing game. Certainly Booneville has had the better end of that deal, but lose first down there for ball and 2nd and long, and you give this Booneville team a chance. You saw the pressure they put on there. You get a flag on the play.
And once again, rolling the pocket, if you said, Jeremy, putting Gaines in motion. We do have a flag down, so we'll let the officials sort this one out. And apparently someone was lined up. Offsides on the Bearcat, so it's going to back them up here, make it up at 2nd down and about 17 situation now here for Baldwyn, and that's not what you need to do. I was about to say, Baldwyn has been not bitten too bad by the penalty bug tonight. That's only the first penalty of the ball game.
Yeah, that was their first one. They've done a good job tonight, not hurting themselves from a penalties and turnover standpoint, but that one definitely hurts there. Now it's 2nd and even longer, about 16 on the play. They need the Booneville 45-yard line, so they've got to come up with a couple of big plays here to keep the sticks going.
As Jeremy said, 2nd down and 16 to go, 7 minutes to play here. Pressure coming, and Gaines
never had a chance.
Not at all.
What about this Booneville defensive line? We talked about Abrams' defensive line last week. This defensive line has been just as impressive, getting after Gaines all night long. That's the 5th sack of the night, and it's 3rd and forever. And Gaines simply has no chance. You can talk about moving the pocket, but Booneville's crowding that line of scrimmage. They put their front 4, and they're sending about 5 or 6, and they're sending more than Baldwyn can block, and it's just not working out in the passing game for Baldwyn on the night.
And timeout on the field is taken here. We're going to step away for a minute and be back with more here from Booneville. 7-6, 5:33 to go. It'll be a 3rd down and long situation when we come back.
All the intimate look and feel of a bed and breakfast with the amenities and luxury of a 5-star hotel. That's what you'll find at the Cart Barn Inn in Bruce. Great for weekends away, church retreats, family gatherings, or just a great place to stay when you're away from home. A large back porch, peaceful, quiet country setting, and conveniently located on the golf course. When you need a place to stay, our doors are always open at the Cart Barn Inn, next to the golf course in Bruce, or visit us on the web at www.cartbarninn.com.
Our hometown, where we live, where we love, where the simple life is good enough, where we dream, where we hope, where we stand together and share the load. Oh, our hometown is blessed. Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
I'm Jimmy Calvary with Prentice County Farm Bureau, and we're located at 402 East Church Street in Booneville, Mississippi, and I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to serve you here in Prentice County. We provide homes and automobiles.
And welcome back to action. 3rd down conversion, and they try a sweep on the long play that time, Jeremy. Don't know if they might have been trying to set up a halfback pass. They were 2 of 9 going for on 3rd downs there, now 2 of 8, trying to get them to overplay the pass and then trying to see if they can't catch them asleep and maybe go up and make it a shorter 4th down situation.
I think that was more of a field position type call right there to give Gaines a chance to more room to punt the football. I mean, 3rd and 20, 28 is a really, really tough position to put your quarterback in, especially after he's been sacked 6 times tonight. I think they were just trying to get some positive yardage, maybe give Gaines some more room to punt, but give credit to this Booneville defense. They have not let up all night long, dropped him for a loss of 7 on the play, and it's 4th and 35, and Booneville stands to get great field position once again.
Absolutely, and you got to think they're just not, they've been close a couple of times to blocking a punt. And you got to think, is this late in the game, roll the dice and go for it. You've been close twice. A couple of guys had opportunity to block one. The last kick wasn't a good one getting off there, trying to, I guess, that rugby-style kick with the pressure coming up the middle. I don't know if you're Booneville, you're going to get good field position out of it anyway. Put some pressure on him and see what you can make happen.
You know, we'll see what Coach Drury elects to do. I think if you're Baldwyn, you snap it back to Gaines and tell him to kick the football. If he can kick it about 30 yards, which is kind of where you'd like it in a high school game.
It will not result in a first down.
Yeah, true. But that would put Booneville, assuming that it's a fair catch by Krista, if you can get the hang time on it you want, that would put Booneville at 1st and 10 at midfield, which, you know, I mean, would be about the best case scenario for field position if you're Baldwyn out of this situation. But 5:42, you got to get off a good punt, and you've got to get a quick stop so you can give your offense another chance. If you're Baldwyn, you're hoping your offense can get it 1, maybe 2 more possessions, but you know, nothing more than that. But give credit to both of these defenses who have played tremendous all night long.
Baldwyn burned about 4 minutes off the clock on that last possession, so now time becoming a big factor. 5:42 to go here, 7-6. Here's your score. Snap is up.
Good punt. Good punt. Exact 30 yards.
That's what you wanted.
It's exactly what you want right there if you're Baldwyn. 1st and 10 at midfield. Good punt there by Tanner Gaines. And so now you want to put the onus on your defense one more time and say, hey, guys, get us another stop. See if we can maybe force a turnover and do something with it. And if you're Booneville, look, it's time to put the hammer down. It's time to go 50 yards, take some time off the clock. You got 5:35 to play, and you have to assume this Baldwyn defense is worn down, that eventually they're going to break. This is the drive if you're Booneville. Put your foot down, put your foot on their throat, and go win the football game.
Yeah, you got to look Bo Brown in the eye and say, hey, let's go bring home a win. 1st and 10, high snap. Jones gets it. Woohoo! Jones pays for that high snap. There will be no thank you letter in the center's mailbox tomorrow.
Yeah, boy. A couple of times tonight we've seen Jones mishandle that snap from shotgun and lost it through on the play. Good job there by the Baldwyn defensive line, though, to be in position to capitalize on the botched snap. And so, hey, 2nd and 13, exactly what you want if you're the Baldwyn defense. You put a little pressure on Booneville now, 2nd and 13. Get them out of their comfort zone a little bit. They've done a much better job on 1st down here in the 4th quarter than they have in the 3 previous quarters combined. The Baldwyn defense has really started to tighten up on 1st down.
So 2nd down and 13. The give is to Brown. Slips off one tackle and fights his way forward back near the line of scrimmage. And once again, good pursuit by that Bearcat defense. They're moving east to west versus this run versus trying to get upfield and I guess they open up those lanes for those cutbacks.
Yeah, again, the Baldwyn defense has done a good job. Coach Drury and company did a lot of good things, halftime, made some adjustments. Again, it all comes down to A, putting more guys in the box, and B, kind of challenging your guys up front, the front 4. Be more physical. You know, it's all about your manhood. They're trying to run the football right down your throat. It's a manhood type thing, and those guys have responded here in the 2nd half.
So now 3rd down, 10 situation here for Booneville. Snap back to Jones, keeps, fights forward, and he's tripped up and going to be short of the 1st down. Jeremy, you got a 1-point lead. You're going to have a 4th down and about 2 or 3 situation coming up here. We'll call it a solid 2 on 4th down. 1-point lead with 3 minutes and counting here. I say let the clock run down, maybe take the delay of game penalty, back you up a little bit, try to pin them deep and force them to drive all night because the offense has not been there tonight for the Bearcats.
It has not been there for the Bearcats. This is an interesting decision here by Coach Drury. The clock is certainly winding down. I think that may be what we're looking at here, either a timeout with 1 second or delay a game penalty to punt the football to give their punter a little more room. If you're the Baldwyn defense, mission accomplished. You would assume that you're going to keep Booneville off the scoreboard, but it's a timeout with 1 second left, so we'll see what Coach Drury and company come up with. Big decision here in a very crucial part of the ballgame.
7-6 is your score, 3:14 to go. 4th down, 2 situation here from Booneville. We're going to take you to a break and be back with more right after this.
Our hometown, where we live, where we love, where the simple life is good enough, where we dream, where we hope, where we stand together and share the load. Oh, our hometown is blessed. Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
I'm Jimmy Calvary with Prentiss County Farm Bureau, and we're located at 402 East Church Street in Booneville, Mississippi, and I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to serve you here in Prentiss County. We provide homes and automobiles, life, health, long-term care, annuities, and come by and see us. We'd love to do business with you. Thank you.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. Here's your situation. 4th down, 2 to go, 3:14 left on the clock in the 4th quarter. 7-6, Booneville leads ahead of the ball and the decision-making time here. Jeremy, you and I don't agree on the play, but we do agree go for it.
Yes, sir. I think you certainly have to go for it. I think you run the football. You're going to pack it in. You talk about the goal line set. They need the 40-yard line. Booneville 0 for 2 on 4th downs tonight.
It looks like they might have just going to try to draw them off sides and didn't do it, so the Bearcats did not bite on it, and they take the timeout. I'll tell you what, we do owe you a few more breaks, so we'll take the timeout with them. Back with more right after this.
The all-new 2009 Dodge Crew Cab Ram 5.7 Hemi engine. This has the all-new Ram box, the storage compartment here, big enough to put anything you want in here, one on for each side on each fender. Also the cargo management system here in the bed. You can tie down and extend the capacity of it. 2009 Jeep Commander, a 4-door SUV from Jeep. Has 3rd row seating, seats 7 people. You can lay it down if you wanted to, if a cargo room, or keep it up for seating to accommodate your passengers. And I want to invite everybody to come to Griffin Motor Company. We have great deals on all new and used vehicles, and Griffin Motors wants to be the place you buy your next car or truck.
And welcome back to action. This is the reason why we're commentators and not coaches.
Tyler White, 66, is going to be in there to punt the football. So kind of an interesting decision. Yeah, Adam, you had talked about maybe trying to punt the football.
And he's going to angle this to the sideline. High kick. It's going to hit and roll.
Good punt. Good
kick.
Good kick by White. He's going to put Baldwyn inside their own 15-yard line. They got 3 minutes, which is plenty of time, but this Baldwyn offense hasn't done anything all night. Certainly, in stating the obvious, it's now time to do something. The only bad thing is they've got to go 85 yards for a touchdown. The good thing, all they need is a field goal to take the lead.
3:01 to play. 1st down and 10. Ball is on the 14. You take a look at Gaines and company talking things over there on the sidelines, as apparently we do have a conversation going on here with the officials. I didn't see a flag thrown, Jeremy, but apparently there was. And it looks like they're going to back them up and force them to re-kick it. The illegal shift. Didn't see the flag and still looking for the flag. Okay, there it is on the far sideline.
Illegal motion.
Well, that's the 4th penalty on the night for Booneville, which is, penalties are never fine to an extent, but only 4 penalties in the game. I'm sure Coach
5 total. We won't complain.
Yeah. Coach Drury, I don't think Coach Drury will complain too much. I think the 6 turnovers will probably earn the Booneville Blue Devils more scorn from him than the penalties so far.
Yeah, not a fun practice on Monday either.
More turnovers than penalties is not a good thing.
So replay the down. 4th and long now. Snap back at the 40 is a good one. Going to step into it this time. Gets a healthy foot into it once again. No! Are you kidding me? And we missed it because of the way I don't even know.
Robert Burris, are you serious? What a great punt again by White. It starts with him angling it towards the sideline, and Jalen Irons, who is back to receive the punt, it bounces, and instead of just either catching it with 2 hands or getting out of the way,
puts a hand up, and Burris catches the football and runs it in. However, you can't advance it on a punt. So you wipe away the touchdown, and Booneville is going to have the football first and goal, just a shade inside the 10. So, and Booneville had the PAT team out there.
We cannot advance, they must punt.
And so you're going to have first and goal, just a shade inside the 10-yard line. So still a huge turn of events. We talked about one play maybe being the difference in this ball game, one way or the other. That could be it. Now, if you're Booneville, this is the 6th time.
And hold on to the football.
You started inside Baldwyn territory tonight. The first 5 times have ended in 0 points. Quite frankly, I'm going to go ahead and say if they don't score here, they may never score again. Maybe ever.
That is true. They have had more than their fair of opportunities to score tonight.
They've had enough chances inside Baldwyn territory to put up 50 points on the board. But on a serious note, you've got to run the football. You obviously have to protect it. But to me, it's Jones and Bo Brown. You've got those 2 guys have to touch it. Those 2 guys have to put it inside the end zone.
First and goal to go now here for the Blue Devils. Give is to Brown. Stiff arms, trying to break free. Dives out to about the 5-yard line. We're going to be second and goal here for the Blue Devils. Jeremy, just a quick question. Has Baldwyn been in Booneville territory tonight?
I can't recall if they have. Yes, they have. I mean, they've been inside. They've crossed the 50, if that's your question.
Yeah. But other than that, they haven't been in the red zone.
No, they haven't. They've crossed the 50 twice. I believe twice. One I know of in the top of my head. I believe twice, but no. I mean, they haven't been anywhere close to the red zone.
There's Brown, and there is your touchdown. And Jeremy, as you said, well, no, I don't think they're going to give it to him. I think they're going to say he stopped just shy. So they're going to say it's going to be a 3rd and goal situation. And if you're Booneville, you're excited because it's 3rd and inches from the goal line. But at the same time, you got to be a little nervous because you have coughed up the football 6 times tonight.
No question about it, but you got to block that out of your mind. Clock continues to run 3rd and goal from the 1. Booneville 3 of 8 on 3rd downs. Quite simply, this has to be 2-down territory.
Yeah.
No question about it. I know you could be safe and kick the field goal on 4th and 1, but you're that close. You got to punch it in right here on 3rd and goal.
And Jones with it, and
he didn't get it.
No.
He did not get it. Are you kidding me? Talk about this Baldwyn defense. Man, they have just continued to keep Booneville out of the end zone all night long, and I think we're going to get a Baldwyn timeout. Unbelievable how well this Baldwyn defense has just not broken their will at all, and Booneville unable to knock it in the end zone. And remember that this Booneville offense, for all the yardage and for how well they've run the football, this offense has not scored tonight. They put up 0 points. 0 points. So give credit to this Baldwin defense. They've done a great job playing the ultimate bend but don't break. Yeah. But if you're Booneville, this is really kind of disheartening. I think on 3rd down, it may have been a little bit better right there to give the football to Bo Brown.
Give some momentum.
I'm not a big fan of the quarterback sneak. I know a lot of people are, just, especially when you need a little bit, just quarterback sneak it. I know the argument is not to take the ball off the line. When you get to that goal line, you need to get it to your big guy.
I will say, Brown's a big kid.
Yeah, you had to give it to your big guy. Now, I said this is certainly 2-down territory. I mean, you're talking about 4th and goal at the 1. I mean, it's even closer than an extra point. So Coach Stewart wanted to kick it. It would give him a 4-point lead with 1 minute to play. Looks like they're going to go for it. Obviously, a touchdown almost wraps this game up. Baldwyn is Booneville 0 for 2 on 4th down.
The ball came free, but he crossed the line. Touchdown, Blue Devils. As Bo Brown takes it to the house. Kind of anticlimactic there, Jeremy, as he did get it into the end zone. 1:01 to go now. 13-6 is your score. got to make this extra point.
No question about it. This one is huge here. So if you're Tyler White, you've got to knock this one through. And then the best the Bearcats could do is score a touchdown, get the 2-point conversion just to tie you. So this is a huge point after here.
Kick is up, and the kick is good.
It's up and good.
So with 1 minute left to play, we're going to keep it here. As Jerry, you said it, Booneville gets the touchdown, but Baldwyn's defenses did everything and then some to win this ball game tonight.
These kids have nothing to hang their heads about. They kept Baldwyn in the ball game all night long, and again, with all the opportunities Booneville has had, they could have and probably should have put up at least 30 some odd points tonight. But give credit to this Baldwyn defense. They withstood all the difficulties the offense put them in. They forced 6 turnovers on the night, and again, it took a miscue on special teams for this defense to finally give up 7 points on the night.
So 14-6 is your score, with 1 minute basically left on the clock. Jeremy, I didn't think to look where you and I will be next week. But if it's anything like our first few games, man, I'm looking forward to it already.
No question about it. We've seen 2 really good football games, and we've seen 4 teams that have played well at times, and certainly have some things to work on. But if you're Baldwyn, the game's not over. Think about it. You're down by 8. You're going to get the ball at like the 35-yard line. I think the ball went out of bounds. So, look, you're 65 yards away from the end zone. You certainly would have to convert the 2 points, but you have a minute left. Tanner Gaines is a good quarterback with a strong arm, and Baldwyn certainly has some weapons to the outside. This is going to come down to whether or not the Baldwyn offensive line can hold off the Booneville defensive line and give Gaines a chance to look for his receivers down the field.
So hold tight, everyone. 1:01 left to play. 14-6 is your score. Baldwyn with the football. First down and 10 from the 35. Gaines takes the snap. Time to throw. Looks downfield. And we could have a pass interference call, but they're going to say the ball was overthrown. As it looked like the defender got tangled up with the Bearcat receiver. Clock stops now with 54 seconds.
Yeah, good no call by the officials, and I certainly want to let them play here. Looks like Booneville's going to kind of play more coverage than pressure. And Gaines certainly had a lot of time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't find anybody down the field. Good coverage, good defense by Booneville. And it's going to take more protection like that last play for Gaines to find some receivers down the field.
Second down and 10. Snap a little low. Gaines gets it this time, loads up, throws outside, and threw to his man's back shoulder.
Behind his intended receiver, number 18, Seth Swinney, and Swinney was wide open on the out route, Adam. Not a good throw there by Gaines. If Gaines could put a good throw on the money there, Swinney's got a first down, maybe gets 2 or 3 extra yards, can get out of bounds.
Gets out of bounds, what I was looking at.
Baldwyn's in business.
Absolutely. So now 49 seconds to go. Third down and 10, so Baldwyn starting to run out of downs here. But as we said, this is the backyard brawl, and we have seen some crazy stuff already tonight in rivalry games tend to bring out the craziness.
Yeah, Baldwyn 2 for 10 on third down, so this obviously the biggest third down of the night.
Pressure coming, steps up to avoid it, pass over the middle is tipped and incomplete, so now it's going to bring up fourth down. Obviously you go for it. 43 seconds to go here. Jeremy, an incomplete pass here, and Booneville can breathe a sigh of relief as they have dodged a bullet to be able to escape with the win, but Baldwyn not over with just yet.
Not over with just yet. This will be the first fourth down play of the night for the Bearcats. And again, the offensive line's done a pretty solid job keeping Gaines upright. He just hasn't been able to connect with any of his receivers. Missed a golden opportunity on second down with Swinney, and right there just threw it a little too far outside of the reach. So obviously this is the ball game right here, and you look for Booneville to try to again apply pressure with their front four.
Pressure coming, steps up, avoids it, pass over the middle is complete. And we've got a first down. So now Baldwin's have to rush up and spike the football to kill the down here as the clock is stopped with the first down, but will continue rolling once they get the change set. 36 seconds to go. Ball across midfield, and you got to think Baldwin's going to come up, snap the football, and kill the clock here.
What a big play there. Just when it looked like Baldwin was done, they get a big fourth down conversion. So they're still alive. Nice job by Gaines to find the hole in that zone. Stepped up, and again, the defensive coordinator struggle with this. Do we play pressure? Do we back off? Booneville's kind of played off a little bit, worked the first 3 downs, but give Gaines credit there for stepping up in the pocket and finding his open receiver over the middle. He gained 16 on the play, just 7 for 23 for 74 yards on the 9, but again, he passes the eyeball test when you take a look at what you want out of your high school quarterback.
So second down and 10 now after the spike to kill the clock. Gaines, step pressure coming, delivers a pass downfield, and that's going to do it. Jones steps in the way to pick off the pass, and now it's going to go down. And Booneville can take a knee and breathe a sigh of relief, Jeremy, as they have escaped with a 14-6 win, only 22 seconds left on the clock.
Unbelievable. You know, Gaines really tried to throw it down the field, didn't have that many receivers in the area, threw it right to Jaron Jones. And all Jones had to do was just catch the football, and he did. And as you mentioned, Booneville's going to get out of here with a big win in a rivalry game, something they can certainly take and learn from. And believe me, there are going to be some mistakes they're going to have to correct, and they will get corrected if they want to remain a major factor, which I know both you and I think they will be towards the later part of the year. But great football game, 6 turnovers, though. There was definitely some good and bad for both clubs.
Absolutely. You see Jones takes the knee, and that's going to do it. As we count down the final seconds of this one, another great battle between these two rivals here on Rivalry Weekend on W07BN Sports. The clock now down to 10 seconds. 14-6, the Blue Devils pick up the victory over the Baldwyn Bearcats. Jeremy, your thoughts real quick before we go to our final stats.
Again, just a great football game between two solid teams. Rivalry game, we always talk about expect the unexpected, and that certainly was a billing that definitely was lived up to tonight. Good win by Booneville, and if you're Baldwyn, you just have your defense, great job. Offense, got to correct some things, but a good football game nonetheless.
Well, real quick, Jeremy, we got to pick a player of the game, and it's going to be difficult in this one to really think about anyone that sort of stood out. As we talked about the game, highlighted by 6 turnovers for Booneville. Baldwyn's offense just couldn't get anything going. The defense played amazingly well tonight. If you have to give out a player of the game, it goes to the entire defensive line for the Baldwyn Bearcats. Those big guys really earned their keep tonight.
No question about it. Bo Brown, 19 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown. He did a good job tonight. Jaron Jones running the football looked very good and certainly did some good things. But again, you talk about both defenses, and you specifically highlight this Baldwyn Bearcat defense again. Creating 6 turnovers. Booneville 6 times started their possession inside the Bearcat territory, only scored a touchdown 1 time. Some of that was the Booneville offense. A lot of that was the Bearcat defense.
Absolutely, and a great hard-fought ball game. And, Jeremy, it's always good to see what we're seeing here at the end of the game. The teams coming together for the closing prayer, as it's intense during the game, but at the end, you know, everyone comes together in that. 14-6 is your final. The Booneville Blue Devils pick up the win to move 2-0 in the season. So for Jeremy Kennedy, I'm Adam Gore. We'll see you next time, folks.
The Baldwyn Hardware and Supply Company, Rex and Diana Coggins, invite you to come by and see their complete lines of hardware and building materials. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff will be pleased to help the contractor and the homeowner with their up-and-coming large inventory of in-stock hardware and building materials, and even those hard-to-find or special order items. They also have a great selection of doors, paint, windows, insulation, hand tools, and mobile home doors. And they also deliver. Baldwyn Hardware and Supply Company, Highway 145 North in Baldwyn.
All the intimate look and feel of a bed and breakfast with the amenities and luxury of a five-star hotel. That's what you'll find at the Cart Barn Inn in Bruce. Great for weekends away, church retreats, family gatherings, or just a great place to stay when you're away from home. A large back porch, peaceful, quiet country setting, and conveniently located on the golf course. When you need a place to stay, our doors are always open at the Cart Barn Inn, next to the golf course in Bruce, or visit us on the web at www.cartbarninn.com.
Our hometown, where we live, where we love, where the simple life is good enough, where we dream, where we hope, where we stand together and share the load. Oh, our hometown is blessed. Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
I'm Jimmy Calvary with Prentiss County Farm Bureau, and we're located at 402 East Church Street in Booneville, Mississippi, and I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to serve you here in Prentiss County. We provide homes and automobiles, life, health, long-term care, annuities, and come by and see us. We'd love to do business with you. Thank you.
The all-new 2009 Dodge Crew Cab Ram 5.7 Hemi engine. This has the all-new Ram box, the storage compartment here, big enough to put anything you want in here, one on for each side on each fender. Also the cargo management system here in the bed. You can tie down and extend the capacity of it. 2009 Jeep Commander, a four-door SUV from Jeep. Has third row seating, seats 7 people. You can lay it down if you wanted to, for cargo room, or keep it up for seating to accommodate your passengers. And I want to invite everybody to come to Griffin Motor Company. We have great deals on all new and used vehicles, and Griffin Motors wants to be the place you buy your next car or truck.
Come by and see the newest hardware and building supply store in Booneville. Rex and Diana Coggins are the new owners of Booneville Hardware and Supply Company, formerly Build and Supply. See their complete lines of hardware and building materials. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff will be pleased to help the contractor and the homeowner with their up-and-coming large inventory of in-stock hardware and building materials, and even those hard to find or special order items. They have a great selection of treated and untreated lumbers, doors, paint, windows, insulation, hand tools, and mobile home doors. And they also deliver. Booneville Hardware and Supply Company, 403 East Church Street, Booneville.
Hi, my name's Micah. Come see us at our store. Thank you.
Here at Hunter's Holler, we're always striving to serve our customers better.
New Pro Series Eastern Salt and Express for better service. Factory trained certified Matthews technicians for better service.
Newly remodeled clothing racks for better service.
A brand new laser engraver for better service.
At Hunter's Holler, we're state-of-the-art to serve our customers.
The experts in home health care, Mississippi Home Care, understands there's no place like home. A member of the LHC group, Mississippi Home Care can help with any medical, social, and therapeutic treatments to help you recover from an illness or injury, or they can assist with daily activities. They have a qualified and caring staff that can provide care for a wide range of medical conditions. If you or a loved one are unable to leave home without a considerable or taxing effort, or under a plan of care established by a physician, or need continual occupational or other therapy, Mississippi Home Care may benefit you. They can also help you live independently with the Phillips Lifeline Medical Alert Service. That's Mississippi Home Care, a member of the LHC Group.
Booneville Supply Company. Come by and see their complete lines of plumbing and electrical supplies for the contractors and homeowners alike. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff will be pleased to help you with their large inventory of in-stock plumbing and electrical merchandise, and also any special orders that you may need. They have a large selection of electrical wire, plumbing and gas pipe, a large selection of Klein tools, faucets, vanities and cabinets, toilets, tubs and showers, and large and small PVC fittings. On top of this, they also deliver. So visit the Booneville Supply Company, 400 East Church Street in Booneville. Murphy Frame Supply in Bruce, specializing in home framing, industrial plywood, and anything for your lumber needs, for the contractor or individual. From pressure-treated lumber and plywood, including spruce and Arkansas pine, to log cabin siding, doors and windows, and insulation. They also have the hardware you'll need like nails, fasteners, and drywall supplies. Murphy Frame Supply is located on Highway 32 West in Bruce. See them today or visit mfswood.net for your next construction or lumber project. Murphy Frame Supply.
I'd like to begin tonight with a little joke. This guy, he's a farmer, and he says, hey, hello, sorry. But seriously, folks.
Speaking in public is no joke.
Farmer says, doctor says, chicken says...
For help, call Toastmasters, the public speaking support group.
The chicken.
Welcome to Aberdeen Antiques. I'm Linda Dodd. After having an antique business 11 years in Tennessee, I opened in downtown Aberdeen a year ago. I specialize in quality antique furniture, sterling, glassware, artwork, clocks, and a variety of antique accessories. Antiques have a craftsmanship and quality that you just don't find in newer items. Buying antiques is not only a good investment, but it's the ultimate in recycling. Visit Aberdeen Antiques soon. Hours 10 to 5, closed Tuesday and Sunday. Thank you.
And good morning, sports fans. Adam Gore, Jeremy Kennedy, Stephen Chris is in the back here on the Coaches Show. Jeremy, another exciting night of football last night. Tons of good games across the way. We saw a great one in Booneville. Saw a good one Thursday night between Baldwyn and Bruce. You can check out those games today later on W07BN Sports. But, Jeremy, another great night of football.
Another great night of football, and you touched on our game a little bit, just kind of briefly. We always talk about these rivalry games, expect the unexpected. We saw it in the Bruce-Vardaman game, and we saw it again tonight in Baldwyn and Booneville. Two teams that were evenly matched, and a Booneville team that just eventually, finally put the nail in the coffin.
Absolutely. We'll be talking about that a little bit more in depth as we go throughout the show. Before we do that, we're going to take a look at some of the scores from Thursday and Friday night. So we'll get some of those running across the screen, and we'll hit some high points that sort of caught our interest throughout the area. I'll start off here. A ball game that Brandon Speck and I kind of differed on. Aberdeen knocks off Ray Brooks 52-14. Booneville, as we talked about, it's a 14-6 win over Baldwyn. And then Byhalia gets a win over, you would call that Obion?
Obion County.
Obion County out of Tennessee. They squeaked by with a 27-20 victory. Calhoun City, a game you can see here on Sunday night, gets a 21-15 win over Houston. A game that I said was too close to call ended up not being. Charleston gets a 31-13 win over the Oxford Chargers. Once again, Coffeyville pulls an upset, gets a 34-25 win over Water Valley. We hope to be able to catch up with Coach Jackson later on in the show. And then Hatley takes care of Holka 45-6.
And on my end, Itawamba defeated Amory 49-7. Lafayette defeated Tresvant out of Tennessee 30-12. You're going to have to help me with this one. Is that
Lake Cormorant?
Yeah. I was going to say that. Wasn't sure. Yeah. Lake Cormorant 31, Holly Springs nothing. New Albany beat Ripley 33-28. Little surprised by that, were you?
Little surprised. Thought that would go. I thought it would be close, but it didn't go in the favor of the Tigers.
And North Pontotoc, the Nation 2-0 in 2009. They defeat Nettleton 41-35. Had a big lead at halftime, and then kind of just laxed a little bit from what we understand.
Yep.
Hung on and won 41-35. Pontotoc defeated South Pontotoc 42-13, and Shannon defeated Memphis East out of Tennessee 42-34. The Red Raiders are 2-0 on the season.
Absolutely, and understand that Memphis East was one of the elite teams, if you will, in the Memphis area, so a big win there for Shannon. Real quickly, I'll just scan through, and Jeremy, feel free to scan through some of your other scores that we did not mention.
I got one more. Tishomingo County defeated Alcorn Central 21-12.
So Tish getting their win there. And feel free real quick to just sort of scan through your scores, see if anything that catches your eye. Belmont beats Manatachee 48-12. You saw the scores from Thursday night, and I may just have to go off memory on these. I apologize if I miss them. Bruce loses to Vardaman 24-22. Screen's a little too far away for you to read. As you see the score there. Then you got Wheeler over Tupelo Christian 20-17, and then Smithville a 13-12 winner over Hamilton in a game that was actually decided at the last second as well. Brandon Speck went out and covered that one, had a little lightning delay in that game, so it didn't kick off till 8:45. Hamilton had a chance at a game-winning field goal, and it came up just short.
Yeah, and boy, one thing that we have seen the last couple weeks, a lot of close ball games. We haven't seen as many blowouts as we usually see this time of the year. And one thing too is most of the time that we see a lot of these teams, defenses are ahead of the offenses, and you're not seeing as much of that as you have in the years past. The offenses, I think, because of the spread, more coaches are going to that spread offense, and it's not so much built on timing as it is just kind of spreading the defense around and forcing them to move at the offense's pace. And so, those are a couple of the observations I've kind of taken away out of the first 2 weeks.
Absolutely. So the first 2 weeks are in the books, and we're going to take a step away for a second. Or actually, we got the scores run. Let's let the scores run through one more time. Jeremy, do you pan through and see any scores that really sort of jump out at you that are not in the coverage area? Bakersfield gets a 20-0 win over Middleton, Tennessee. And, I forgot to mention this score. Calhoun Academy loses to Delta Academy 68-38 in 8-man football tonight. Jeremy, if you see any, just sort of shout those out.
Yeah, I mean, you take a look at a lot of these scores. I think one that coming away, West Bolivar over Cleveland. Yeah. 13-7. West Bolivar is a good football team. They they handled Clarksdale last week 30-0, so they're 2-0 on the season. And another thing too is a lot of these lower classification schools, the 1A, 2As, they're definitely able to compete with some of the bigger boys, so to speak, the 3A, 4A, and 5As. You talked about Charleston and Oxford, Oxford is a team that we always kind of just throw in there. You never know how they're going to respond to a good solid Charleston football team. They always have a quarterback back there. Guy Billups is another kid. They can really throw the football, but they take one on the chin and get beat badly.
Absolutely. Another score from the area, not really in the viewing area, but maybe an area of interest. East Webster picks up a 40-0 win over Westside Tibahaw. Well, I said we was going to take you to a break. Let's do that right now and hear a few words from our sponsors. And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more football action throughout the area. You're watching The Coaches Show. I'm Adam Gord, Jeremy Kennedy, and Stephen Chris here on W07BN, MetroCast Channel 98.
Johnson's Furniture Showroom, Oxford's biggest and best furniture store. A 35,000 square foot showroom filled with selections for your living room, dining room, and bedroom. Sofas, love seats, home entertainment centers, recliners, dining tables and chairs, mattresses and bedroom sets, all at Johnson's. You'll find the best prices, best selection, and a friendly staff to help when you walk in the door and walk out with your new furniture from Johnson's Furniture Showroom, 2128 West Jackson Avenue in Oxford. Bank of Pontotoc, LPO, an office of Oxford University Bank. On your corner, in your corner. Come talk with Greg Baker or Marissa Williams at Bank of Pontotoc about your personal or business lending needs. Located on the corner at 25 South Liberty Street, Bank of Pontotoc is open Monday through Thursday from 9 to 4:30 and Fridays 9 to 5. That's Bank of Pontotoc, LPO, an office of Oxford University Bank.
Do you know your Good Neighbor Pharmacy? If not, let me tell you about him. For over 17 years, he has been serving this area and his customers with all their health care needs. When you visit him or his staff, you will always receive friendly, courteous service. Your prescriptions are always at his fingertips because they are stored on computer. He is always there to answer any questions that might arise regarding your prescriptions. If you would like to know who your Good Neighbor Pharmacist is, it is none other than Andy Stepp of Step Saver Pharmacy. Go by and see Andy. Your health is his business. Step Saver Pharmacy, north of the square in Bruce. Call 983-4011.
Well, Y'all Come T-shirts right here in Bruce makes custom shirts, caps, clots, and more. All you have to do is call or stop by Y'all Come T-shirts. They're located on the square in Bruce. Their phone number is 983-4220. Tell Joe we sent you by.
There's a special quality of life we enjoy here in our area. A way of life you don't find just anywhere. And at Mechanics Bank, we're working together with you to keep a good thing growing. It's that hometown feel, That commitment to make sure you get not just words and empty promises, but genuine, helpful financial service from local people who share your values and have a heart for your community. Standing strong, standing the test of time. Mechanics Bank.
And welcome back to Action, ladies and gentlemen. This guy, Jeremy Kennedy. I'm Adam Gore. Stephen Chris in the back. I want to thank Stephen Chris for helping us out with the show tonight. Jeremy, also want to thank you for staying the show. Actually, it's today. Excuse me, not tonight. But either way it goes, we talked about the Bruce-Vardaman game. Vardaman comes away with a 24-22 win. Rivalry weekend here on W07BN Sports. Vardaman jumped out to an early lead, sort of put on cruise control, and a bunch of Bruce Trojan players that are young, and I guess they realized they weren't supposed to sort of give up or sort of roll over and die in that contest. Almost came back and made it a game. And technically, if you watch the film close enough, it was a tie ball game.
Well, one thing that you have to take away before we kind of get into the ins and outs and the intricacies of the ball game, Bruce was a team that we first talked about them and said, look, got, 14 freshmen of the starting 22?
I think so.
This is going to be a year where you're not going to judge this team on wins and losses, but whether or not they got better during the season and whether or not these kids started to kind of get it and gain some confidence. That moment may have been Thursday night against Baldwyn. That could be a game in which these kids say, you know what, we're 14. We have to have our moms drive us to practice every single day. But, if these kids are able to pick up what the coaching staff is telling them, and these kids are able to take that, apply it to the football game, and they aren't intimidated by the Friday night light, so to speak, this is going to be a Bruce team that could be really dangerous and may play spoiler to some team late in the season. Now, as to the actual game itself, I think the rivalry part of it, we always talk about, I always say expect the unexpected.
We got the unexpected.
And you even mentioned having your game story all ready to go, and 6 minutes before the game ends, you got to completely revamp the whole thing. And I think that's just something that we always talk about in these rivalry games. We'll talk about it when we mention our game tonight. But, again, you've got a Vardaman club that 18-0 probably thinking cruise control, this game's over. We're going to roll on. But at the same time, you got these Bruce kids that, as you mentioned, they're not supposed to know that they roll over and die. They're just out there playing a game. And I think that when you combine those two factors, you get kind of what we had last night.
Absolutely. Well, I was able to speak with both Coach James Bray and Justin Hollis for goresports.net. Be sure and go and check that out. We'll hear those interviews now.
Than I am tonight. And at 17 years of coaching, I talked to a lot of people early today that calling me, wishing me luck, and asking me if I was nervous, and I was nervous, but I wasn't nervous about winning or losing. I wasn't nervous about if we was going to execute the plays. What I was nervous about was a group of 9th and 10th graders. Were they going to bow their necks and show up and play football, or were they going to tuck their tails and blame it on their youth? And I don't think I have to worry about that anymore. We got a bunch of scrappers. We got a bunch of kids that love football, that's going to fight and be competitive. And now I'm looking forward to this year. I ain't looking past till next year anymore. I'm looking forward to this year, and we got a good team.
Well, Coach, it appeared that you had tied the ball game late in the game. Take us through that last play and what the officials told you on the sideline.
Again, you're talking about a bunch of 9th and 10th graders. We got 30 9th and 10th graders on a team of 37, and we just scored a touchdown. We were down 18-0. We just scored a touchdown. And, of course, everybody wants to run down there. And that was probably the right call to make. I mean, you're not supposed to do that. We had coaches down there trying to get them back. I think we could have got a benefit of the doubt. But, whatever. That's a learning lesson. Our kids are going to know now that they can't go down there and celebrate like that. But, by God, when a 14-year-old kid scores to tie the ball game up, I'm surprised I wasn't down there celebrating.
Gotcha, Coach. The 2-point conversion, there was a little controversy on that as well.
Yeah, as I said, Reed's foot went across the line, and I'm sure they're probably right. I can't imagine it being that far over the line. And, rules are rules, and if they said we broke them, we broke them. But it was a devastating blow to take that away from us because we made the play.
Well, Reed came in, played well in the second half, completed a lot of passes, especially coming on that first drive, 3 for 3, 22 yards, capped it off with a 2-yard run. Talk about Reed's play tonight.
Oh, tremendous. When we named Davis the starting quarterback going into last week, I looked at Reed and said, "You won't play quarterback, we got to find out what Davis can do in a game." And Reed, I told him all week, be prepared, prepare yourself to get in the game and play, and it's probably going to be with the game on the line and all that kind of stuff. So my hat's off to Reed. My hat's off to Davis. He had freshman, had a tough night tonight, and he never hung his head. He never quit trying. At halftime, when we told Reed he was the quarterback, Davis was the first one over there saying, "Let's go, you can do it," and all this. So we got tremendous kids. We got tremendous athletes, and they grew up a lot tonight, and I can't tell you how proud I am.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a hard-fought game. Unfortunately, came up a little short tonight, but like you said, a lot of positives you can come away with.
A lot of positives. I almost feel like you didn't lose, you know. Of course we did, and it hurts, and that's what we talked about at the end of the game. You know, I'm proud of you for not quit fighting. I'm proud of you for staying in there, but we lost. It's got to hurt, but we can walk off the field with our heads up. We can walk off the field proud knowing we left everything out here.
Coach Hollis jumped out to a 18-0 lead there, and guys sort of put it on cruise control. And I tell you what, a very young, scrappy Bruce team gave you everything you want.
Oh yeah, we knew they were going to be good. Our coaches did, players did. You know, we weren't listening to what people were saying around the community, or especially coming out of Bruce, because we knew what they were going to do. I mean, they were going to play hard football because they're well coached, and you know, we knew what to expect. You know, we could jump out 18-0, like you said. Our guys kind of put on cruise control, and I don't like that. We got kind of tired, which we got to get in a little bit better condition, and we'll get there on that. But you know, when we got somebody up, we got to finish it. You know, we got 2 or 3 holding calls in the first half, and we got chances to score, and we don't because you know we get tired and we start lazy, not moving our feet.
All right, Coach, had 3 interceptions on the night. Talk about the defensive play.
Oh, defense played well. You know, I thought first half played, lights out football. Second half, we did well. You know, we didn't tackle very well in the second half because I think we got a little tired. But, any way you can get a win, I don't care. We won, and that's what I'm proud of the guys. The thing about it is, even when they got tired, one thing I was most proud of is they didn't quit. You know, and that's the quality I want to see in my football team is they don't quit. You know, and people didn't say this about us, but we're a young football team too. We got lots of young guys that ain't played much tonight. You know, like Dante, he got burned on that, quick pitch pass, halfback pass there, and he's a freshman. He'll learn from that. We ain't gonna get down on him. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be a great football player for us.
All right, Coach. Willie Lee, 3 rushing touchdowns as well. One of the few familiar faces you've got on the team this year. Had a big night.
Willie Lee is just Willie Lee. I mean, he's a tough kid. I mean, he's one of the leads by example. He wanted the football in his hands. I told him it's going to be in his hands, and that's what he wants. And when you got a great player, and that's when he wants the ball in his hands. So I got nothing but great things for him. I love that kid to death.
All right, Coach. A lot to build on. A lot to go back and look at as well. 24-22, exciting final here on a Thursday night against Bruce.
Oh yeah, anytime you get a win over your county rivals by any means, you love it. But there's 1 or 2 things here and there we know we got to fix before we get into division play. We got a few more weeks to get it done, but like I said, we're 1-0 and we're happy. So.
And Jeremy, you saw there, Jeremy, Coach Hollis a little fired up after that win. That's part of the rivalry weekend that makes it kind of special there.
Yeah, no question about it. He iterated to you as well. We talk about this Bruce team, and you heard the ridiculous stat: 30 of the 37 kids that Coach Ray has at Bruce are freshmen or sophomores. Mm-hmm. Coach Hollis has a young club as well. He lost some kids last year that they leaned on. Barnett and Gene Ruth. They're a good football team. He's a good football coach. They're going to be a team to watch for at the end of the year.
Absolutely. Well, another part of the rivalry weekend was the Coffeyville-Water Valley matchup. And Coffeyville, for the second week in a row, comes away with a big win, 34-25 over Water Valley. And we have Coach Jamal Jackson on the line. Coach, congratulations on the win. Another big one.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it was real big tonight.
All right, Coach. Well, take us through the game. I understand you sort of slipped up early, but was able to come away with a big win.
Oh, yeah, man. Well, at the beginning of the game, we formed the opening kickoff and gave him great field position. And, of course, D.C. Logan punched it in. He kind of feeds off stuff like that, and he's a great running back, and you can't get him no short field. And so it took us a couple of possessions to get rolling, but our defense forced a couple of turnovers, and we actually went up top, and we started the game out passing. And I had a freshman, Rakina Nicholson. He stepped up big and scored a touchdown tonight.
All right, Coach. Well, sorry about that. Go ahead and just sort of tell us about some of the more scores that you got in there. You put up 34 points. Another game, I think he's put up 30 last week as well. So there's been some solid guys on the offensive side of the ball.
Oh yeah. Devontae Turner again. He had a great night on the ground, and he had. I don't think he had 100 yards, but he had 2 touchdowns, and he played really good. And Desmond Butler, number one, he had a great night on the ground as well, and he scored 2 touchdowns as well.
All right.
Well, offensively, we just look pretty. I got two good quarterbacks in the Dennis Smith and Jimmy Parmalee. They control the offense pretty well, and I think we'll be pretty consistent on offense. Yeah. Fix a little few dinks and dunks, and we'll be okay.
All right, Coach. Well, it's always a big win. Of course, you know, your first win's always a special one. Then you turn around and get a big win over your in-county rival. Talk about how that feels right now. First year as a head coach, and you're 2-0, and, man, you've got a lot of people paying attention to a little town called Coffeyville.
Oh, yeah, man. First off, you know, I'm a Bruce man, and beating Kansas City is always sweet.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true.
And then to come beat our cross-town rivals, and we haven't beat them in 10 years. Actually, Coach Kimber on my staff, he was a part of the last team that beat Water Valley, so that was extra special right there. It's real big, and man, it felt fantastic, man. My guys try to make me break down a little bit, but they keep me going, man. They let me know how much they appreciate it, and I let them know how much I appreciate them battling and fighting hard every week.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the 2-0 start, man. And, you know, you and I go back all the way to your playing days whenever I covered you. So, man, go keep up with the Pirates, man, and good luck throughout the rest of the season. Who do you got next week?
We got Morton. We got a long trip next week.
Okay, so what do you know about those guys?
Well, I know they ranked 23rd in the state, and they brought back just about 16 starters on each side of the ball from last year, and got some pretty good guys, pretty good running back. That's about all I know right now. When I'm going to get some film in the morning, and we'll go from there.
All right, Coach. Well, not many people gave you a shot against Kansas City or Water Valley. You know, they kind of wrote you off. So this could be another mark where you say, "Hey, we're the Coffeyville Pirates."
Yeah, that's fine. They can write us off all year, and we're gonna come to the plate and we're gonna hit the ball.
All right, Coach. Well, appreciate you calling in, man. I know it's a late night, and have safe travels on the way home, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, thank you, Adam.
All right, no problem.
All right.
And that was Coach Jamal Jackson of Coffeyville, and Jeremy, first-year head coach, got 2 big wins to start off on the season. You know, that's got to have the little town of Coffeyville fired up.
Oh, no question about it, because this is a program that's been kind of trying to find its niche. We got so many good teams around here in Coffeyville. Would go a couple years, have good teams, have some down years. So new coach always breeds excitement. Then you get some instant success, and boy, all of a sudden things kind of really blow up. This is a team. If he's got 2 quarterbacks, and if he's got some kids that can really run the football, watch out for them. They could be a big story later in the year.
Absolutely. Well, real quick, we're in the final minutes of the show. Jeremy, our rivalry game, Booneville Baldwyn. Man, Booneville did everything but give the game away, and Baldwyn just couldn't take advantage.
Well, they tried, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
6 turnovers, 3 by Jerron Jones throwing interceptions. 1 was a pick six, the only score Baldwin had all night. The other 2, he didn't look comfortable at all. 3 fumbles. Booneville really put it on the ground. 6 times inside Baldwin territory. They only scored 1 time, and that was the last touchdown of the game. Booneville, they ran the ball extremely well, ran for about 160 yards. Baldwin's just got to fix that offense a little bit. I think both teams are going to be fine.
Absolutely. We'll get Stephen to run through the scores one more time as we wrap up the show here. And we do appreciate Stephen Chris helping us out with the show tonight. As you'll see the scores come across your screen, and maybe he'll black us out so they can show up a little bit better. Or maybe not.
Now, who'd want to do that?
That's true. That's true. But anyway, Jeremy, we'll real quick and tell you about the weekend schedule coming up. Here at the 10 o'clock hour, you can check out the Vardaman Bruce game. As we said, you want to pay a little close attention to the telling of that game and see how it turns out, form your opinion on that. Then at 1 o'clock, you'll have our game, Baldwyn and Booneville, a great ball game there. If you like a defensive struggle, as we said, a lot of twists
or
and
a bunch
turns.
of turnovers.
Yeah, or a bunch of turnovers. And then at 4 o'clock, we'll have the South Pontotoc game. Sunday night at 9, Houston versus Kalamazoo City. And then I believe Monday at 4 p.m. we'll have the North Pontotoc and Elton game for all those who would like to tune into those games as well. Once again, you're seeing the scores come across your screen, so you want to be sure and check those out. And also check out W07BN.com. If you got people that are outside the MetroCast viewing area, you can check out the scores there and also be able to see schedules, everything. You can also watch it on W07BN.com. And also, Jeremy, We've worked together for a while. You're teaming up with me now on GoreSports.net. You're going to have a interesting article up on your opinion of rivalries come Sunday.
Yeah, it's going to be, I'm looking forward to it, and we've conquered TV. Now we're going to conquer the internet, and who knows what's coming after that.
Absolutely, and we do want to once again thank everyone for tuning in to W07BN.com. Visit GoreSports.net, and so much more. So, Stephen, I think that's going to wrap us up here in the back. Stephen says nodding yes. So that means in the words of help me out here, Steve-O. The old clock on the wall is telling us time to go.
Something like that, yeah.
My mind has went blank and I want to get shot. Help me out, Steve-O. Leo Welch. Sorry about that, Leo. But as Leo would say, the old clock on the wall is telling us time to go. So we'll see you next time here on The Coaches Show.
Weyerhaeuser, a company who cares about our youth, tomorrow's future. The Weyerhaeuser Foundation has promoted educational growth through their grant, scholarship, and other resources. Weyerhaeuser salutes all of our schools, both academically and athletically. With a workforce of over 250, Weyerhaeuser remains a solid leader in our economic future. Our young people are the future, leading the way for tomorrow's growth. Weyerhaeuser Company, where money grows in trees. Now at Brazier's Home Furnishings in Bruce, you'll find the all-new Kids Alley. They've got your kids covered with a brand new room of bunk beds, captain's beds, dollhouse loft beds, lamps, chairs, ottomans, and comforter sets. Also check out the new iZone bedroom group with an audio hub on the headboard for your MP3 player and speakers for listening fun. All the latest designs in children's furniture at the all-new Kids Alley, only at Brazier's Home Furnishings in Bruce. With the school year comes many formal opportunities for you to shine. Whether it's homecoming, a formal dance, a beauty review, or even prom, Bonnie's Pageant and Formal Fashions of Bruce has the dress you're looking for. They can help make your special occasion even more special. And don't forget their bridal selections and wedding attire. From the bride to the bridesmaid, even to the flower girls, you'll want to dress your best for the occasion. So visit Bonnie's Fashions, Highway 32 East in Bruce.